Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, everybody, to the 3POA podcast, episode 55. I'm your host, LaserPants, also known as Ryan. I am joined, as always, by my good friend and yours, the man behind Action Force, the CEO of Valerse, Bobby Vala. What's going on, man?
What's up, gang?
Nice hat.
Thanks, man. Yeah. I changed it up a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm due for a cut this week, so I might as well just cover it up.
Getting a little scruffy there on top.
A little bit.
Cul-de-sacs filling in.
A little bit until it'll be this way until I go to Turkey and get that awesome new hair surgery that gives people a full head of hair. I'm dying to go.
Turkey?
Dude. What?
The country?
Yeah, the country. They have this thing. So there's this UFC fighter that did it, and I've been following him. And dude, he had really bad hair, and his hair, he's got this full head of hair, and I'm just like, holy shit. They have this new shit that they do. Sorry for everyone that tuned in for toys. We're gonna have a little lesson on hair surgery now. What they do is you go there, and they put your blood through like a dialysis machine. And they pull out all of whatever genes or chromosomes or some shit like that for male pattern baldness. And they filter it out of your blood, and then they re-input like all the proteins and shit for hair growth. And then they inject that into your existing hair follicles. So it's not like plugs, because that's like they're transplanting a plug in, and that looks stupid. This is they're actually going into your existing hair follicle. And then because that gene isn't there anymore for baldness, it allows the hair to grow and grow full, like a full head of hair like yours. It's like you got to go to Turkey, and it's really expensive. So I'm trying to, figure out when, but I want to go because I have hair envy. I want a head of hair like yours. So,
well, then everyone should head to Valerse.com and contribute to the Restore Bobby's Hair Fund. Wow, that's quite the thing. That sounds like, that's how Lizard was made.
Right? Yeah. They do it here like they do it in the U.S. Their success rate isn't as high as it is in Turkey, where they do this. This one company does it. So
Unc says, get that LeBron procedure, Bobby. Is that what he did?
LeBron, he's got like a wig or something. He's got something glued onto his head or something. His hair's really bad. Like he wears his sweatband, and then like it's glued like inside his sweatband. He's got, listen, for a billionaire or whatever he makes, he's got really terrible hair. I always said, like, listen, if I were that rich, there's no way I'd have a bad head of hair. Like I look at like Prince Harry. I look at the dude, I'm like, bro, you're the prince. You're the next in line for the throne. And you got hair that bad? Like, how are you that rich? And you don't have good hair. Like,
yeah, he remember. So we're about the same age as him.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were like
teenagers,
early 20s? Huh?
Prince William, I meant. Not Harry's the redhead. I meant Prince William. The
older one.
Yeah, the older one.
The one that looks like his mom, Diane.
Yep.
Diana. He was like teenage heartthrob guy.
Yeah.
But now, and it's not just the hair. What happened to his face?
Yeah, he got
beat with that royalty, like that inbred thing.
inbred.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, it can't be stress because it's like, yo, those dudes don't do anything. Like, you got servants and shit. How can you have a stressful life?
Yeah, they got those guards that, just stand there.
Yeah.
You like scream in their face.
They yell at people when they try to touch the horse.
Right. Hey, we got a new channel member, Sean Brown. Thank you, sir, for becoming a channel member. You can join the after show tonight. Ooh. We're doing a member exclusive after show. I got the pinned comment in the live chat right now at the link if you want to join, if you haven't. So you can tune into the member exclusive after show. Hey, also from Sean Brown. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. I'm not going to be able to watch the live show tonight. Are we going to get any more lore in Action Force? Is Broken Alliance's canon? It's a terrific novel.
It's like 85% canon. I wouldn't say it's 100% canon. It's I let Bill kind of do his own thing with that. And I think if we were doing more comics, some of what he did would have been interjected into the comics, but I think there's some stuff in there that probably I would not continue to go down that river. But like I said, it's mostly canon. Listen, man, I want to do more lore. So yeah, I want to do more comics and stuff like that. So yes, obviously I want to, keep expanding the brand and the characters and the story.
Yeah. It reminds me of like the old George Lucas situation where like his story was the ultimate canon, but people could play around in the universe with the expanded universe.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you, man. Also, Northern Nomad, he says hair loss equals
emotional damage.
Yes, sir.
Listen, and I know a lot of people like the bald beard look. Listen, it's what I got to do. I
mean, SNL did a whole skit on it years ago.
Did they really?
They did a whole skit about, going bald, grow a goatee, be a bald goateed badass, or I don't know. I just ruined the skit, but it was really funny at the time.
I know, like Stone Cold kind of like made it cool, but
yeah,
he did. I'm not Stone Cold.
And Rick Shattered Glass Jazz. Hey man, what's up? Thanks for becoming a member as well.
Thanks, Rick.
Appreciate you, dude. Alrighty. So we're kind of doing a laid back show tonight. We'll take questions from the chat about anything you want.
I like these shows. These shows are fun.
Yeah.
Not that our shows normally aren't fun. I just like, kind of not having a script or something to talk about. We can just kind of shoot from the hip,
Oh, it's a lot easier when it comes to like prep work and stuff, for me. But I do have a few things I do want to talk about real quick. Largo's Lair, 3POA, so toxic, so laugh out loud funny. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate you, man. I might be jumping on his channel in the nearish future. Jim
he's doing another something soon.
Yeah. And then Jeff Morris. What's up, Jeff? He says, in honor of LaserPants, let's go Huskies. Feels like 1991 all over again. Yes, sir. Thank you, Jeff. And then I want to touch on this. Amazing Bro says, I see Bobby has a new office.
I do. It's enormous. This is the War Room conference room that is like 2.5 times the size of the old one that I used to podcast in. I had this, you guys know my bullet table. It's like, it's a 6-foot table, but now it looks so small in this giant conference room. I got all this nice, overhead lighting and stuff. The office is great. As soon as I get it, I'm like 90% set up here. I have everything set up literally except my office. So once I get things set up, I will eventually find the time to do a new office tour because it's too cool not to show off.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I saw the last one in person finally earlier this year, and now you got this new nice like 2.0 office that I want to come check out eventually.
Yeah, we wanted to celebrate the business closing and turn everything off, and it was kind of fitting that the people that were saying that I was going to go out of business lost their 2,000 pages, and I moved into a larger office. Fuck you guys. Because you're watching this because you're obsessed. You're obsessed losers.
They are.
And just remember, I won, baby. I won.
Ted Darklaw says Bobby does bald well. Don't fix what ain't broken.
No, listen, nobody balds well. I don't think bald is something that someone does well. Again, I mean, Stone Cold has a really good look, but you wonder, like, if he didn't start to lose his hair, would he have went bald? You know, I don't think bald is like, if I had a head of hair like Ryan, I would never think to like shave it or like cut it really, really short. So like, I guarantee you find like 10 dudes that are bald, and I bet you that they all are like bald and they don't have like a real full head of hair.
I'm telling you, if I went bald, I'd have to go to Turkey because I've shaved my head before, like years ago in high school. And I have a horribly shaped head.
You got weird size, weird shaped head?
Yeah.
You definitely have to have a head that works for it. And I think mine kind of works for it, but I don't think
Yeah, you look normal. Of course, I've never seen you with hair, so. But I look more like, what's that guy? Private Pile, when he's bald. Kingpin.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So, anyway, let's see. I got some questions I'm starring here. God, you guys are going so fast. I want to catch everything.
The people want to be heard, Ryan.
I know. And I get distracted. Okay, here's a few. Here's a few. All right, let's get through these. Let's get this over with. No. Eric Alyssa Rosario says, how many figures have to sell for that procedure?
I mean, we're there now. It's just a matter of like finding the time to like plan a trip. Listen, I have a hard enough time like planning a trip with my family to go on vacation. I'm gonna like plan a trip to like go across, the ocean to Turkey, So it'll come. It'll come.
All right. I'm getting some actual good questions now. I just want to get to the bottom of the chat so I can not lose my place. Okay. Cool. DJ Bill Utley. Utley? Thanks for becoming a member. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you, man. Ramen Toy with his member chat. Thank you, Ace. He says, I made a prediction on Mega J that Cobra Mothership won't fund. If it does, I will give away a ramen racer on Mega J's channel. Wow, cool.
How far is it? Like, I know that they pulled the Hasbro, oh shit, we're in panic mode, let's move a tier up kind of thing, right? Didn't they just do something like that? So
they did they add something? Last time I looked, it was at about 1,400 backers. So
I'm gonna go on the site right now. I don't think I've ever actually gone on super7.com, but I am.
I got a Super 7 story for you
right now. Ooh,
something weird happened.
Ooh, you mean did Brian grow 2 inches?
No, something weird, not impossible.
Hey, we said we were going to be toxic.
Yeah, we are.
$495. My God.
Yep.
Okay.
It's at where's the
goal
at, dude?
4,000 backers, and it's at 1,455 with 9 days left.
So it hasn't really gone up in the past 2 weeks.
I heard. I think was it Chad or someone might have said, maybe in our chat or something, someone said over Black Friday weekend it didn't go up 1 backer or something like that. Like something happened where like a weekend went by and it didn't go up 1 backer, and I'm like, wow, you thought 4,000 people were gonna buy this? Man, Brian, you're way dumber than I thought. Like I knew he was dumb, and I knew he ran a really bad company. But holy shit, I hope this gets back to him, because you done fucked up real bad, dude. Like you really thought this was you really thought this UFO of shit was gonna really like fund? Come on, dude. Come on.
I think he's like
$500
It's a lot. It's a lot for an upside down salad bowl.
What an idiot.
All right, we could take that off. Let's see here. Okay. Thank you, DJ Lee. Thank you, Ace. Samuel Edwards, thanks for the super chat. Let it grow. Let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. Thank you, Sam. Hope you're doing well, man.
It's the season.
Scott Hughes has a question for you. Is the movie going to be a direct continuation of the comics? Or will the movie be a different but same story? Kind of like Batman 89.
Yeah, I mean, the movie's going to be its own thing. I mean, it'll definitely have, or some origins and backstory that runs parallel to the comics. But in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of going to be its own entity. It's going to have characters that have been introduced and things like that. Like, for instance, like Senshi was a character that was written into the script that we created, but now it's like he was such a cool character that I'm introducing him to the line. So like things like that happen. So
yeah. Cool. But Bobby, how can you have a new office when you're going out of business? I think you answered that one.
Listen, I just decided whatever little funds I had, I just want to go all the way bankrupt. Like all the way. Like I figure I would just spend the time to move all this stuff, spend like a week and a half packing up and moving, here, wasting everyone's time. And then just say, yeah, I don't care. I'm just going to default and I'm just going to let it go out of business and just go bankrupt. No, the real answer is the fucking Hiss douchebags were wrong. And I won, baby. Lights are still on. And I'm like 100 items deep. They all said I wouldn't get past Series 1. You're wrong now, dickheads.
Let's see here.
I don't have my forum to go bitch on.
Your camera is kind of going. Oh, it's when you move your hand. That's what it is. Because it auto focuses on your face. Okay. I think mine's doing the same thing. I don't know what's going on tonight. Action Figure Addict 112 says also, thanks, Bobby, for the speedy shipping on my Valerse order. Can't wait to get them in the mail.
You got it, man. Listen, we try to get orders out really fast. I mean, they were a little slow with, after the Black Friday sale, one, because we got, thousands of orders in, but also like moving to the new office, getting our stuff set up. We moved the site over to a new platform. So like, there's always growing pains, like learning the system, getting UPS set up so that like everything's more, seamless and stuff like that.
So you switched to Shopify?
Yep.
Yeah, because when I made my order, it was smooth.
Yeah, it's like night and day, man. What an awesome platform Shopify is. It still doesn't do exactly everything I want to do, but for the most part, it is really, really good.
Cool. Real quick, we were talking about Super 7.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I want to hear this.
I got something in the mail, which was like, why? When did they start doing this? And how did they get my name and address? Which I forgot to.
Don't tell me they pulled a Hasbro Tony.
No, they did not send me free product.
Hey,
they sent me like a postcard advertisement, like an ad. This is direct from Super 7.
What? So
I don't know how they. I don't know how they got my.
You didn't order anything?
No. The one Super 7 thing I bought was from Big Bad Toy Store.
Wow.
I don't know how they got.
I wonder if. Now this doesn't surprise me because I wouldn't put it past Brian to take all those millions of dollars that stupid company invested into his stupid company and pay for that sort of direct marketing, like
pay for a mailing list.
Pay for a mailing list. I wouldn't be surprised. Have you bought anything from Entertainment Earth or anything? Like I'm trying to think like how.
Yeah, I bought from Entertainment Earth before.
I'm just trying to think like it could be anyone. It could be whoever, but.
See, there it is.
That's crazy, man.
Yep. But yeah, it's just I was like blown away. It's just so weird. Anyway, put that in the trash.
They're not sending anything to me.
That'd be hilarious.
Listen, they send something to me. I'll pay Brian a visit.
Don't say that. In Minecraft.
I'll pick him up in Minecraft. I'll pick him up in Minecraft like a little Oompa Loompa. Hey, little guy.
Find My Figure says that's actually terrifying. Yeah. Hasbro. Omar says Hasbro Pulse gave your data away. They could have, because they're like in bed together now. They're
which is crazy. Listen, the 7 years I was there, you would have never, ever, ever seen Hasbro plugging another toy company's product.
It's for sale on Pulse.
Even if it was for their own IP. When the G.I. Joe Collectors Club was doing figures, Hasbro would never plug that shit. Never. Ever, ever, ever. Now all of a sudden, changing of the guard, sure, we'll plug your shitty, $20 5 POA figures. Why not? Okay. It's crazy. Unbelievable.
Super 7 shill confirmed. There is no one on this planet that wanted Beastie Boys action figures more than me. And I still passed on the Super 7 stuff because it was, for 3 3/4 inch figures, it was like $60 for a 2-pack or more. It was something ridiculous. Yeah. Crazy.
See that, I just don't understand who is making these. I know it's Brian, and obviously he's the size of a toddler and he's making decisions like a toddler. But okay, you're making stuff and some of your stuff is not going into production because you're saying, ooh, we don't get enough pre-orders. Really? I could have told you that. I could have told you not to waste a bunch of people's time for some shit.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time on some of these IPs. What are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? Wasting a lot of money on tooling, man. A lot of money.
Action Figure Atorium says, shave your head, get tats, and put on combat boots.
Should I pull a Bam Bam Bigelow and tap flames on my head? That was awesome.
Let's see here. Ninja says, I hate how beautiful Ryan's hair is.
I know. It's disgusting.
It's not. I mean, it's okay. You've seen it in person. It's not that great.
It's disgusting. So envious.
Eric Alfred Abel, thanks for the member chat, man. He says, just got back from visiting with my Marines. Now I'm going to have a drink with 2 of my favorite YouTube a-holes. Cheers. Right on, man.
Bro.
Cheers. Thank you, Eric.
Hope Allie's doing well.
Indeed. All right. Let's see here. We got one from JD Toy Hoarder. Would Bobby ever consider making updated figures for Hanna-Barbera cartoons? I
just got done talking about how bad Super 7
is. He asked us a while ago.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, man. That's a total waste of money. An absolute waste of money. It's kind of like Ryan saying no one wanted Beastie Boys figures more than me. He's the only guy. The only guy.
Probably.
So it's Hanna-Barbera, man. I know you probably love it. I'm not saying anything against Hanna-Barbera characters. I grew up on that shit. It's just nowadays in 2023 would not sell.
I mean, I would like a Dick Dastardly and Muttley. But they put him out. They put him out they put out the Scooby-Doo movie and they were in the movie, Dick Dastardly and Muttley. But the figures were they were crap. So I didn't get them. But anyway. Mython the Python, thanks for the super chat, man. Bald is beautiful. Put some respect on it. You say my name, you put some respect on it.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just would like a full head of hair.
That's Birdman. You know who Birdman is?
I don't. Oh, the basketball player?
No, he's a No Limit soldier.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, he's a member of the military.
Oh.
No Limit soldier? He makes bird noises.
Oh.
When you say his name, you put some respect on it.
Sorry, you lost me.
All right. We'll move on. Van Morrissey says, what does Bobby do in the new office? I thought Action Force was going out of business. I think I read that.
Yep.
Yeah. He downloads porn.
I do.
Office. That's what he does.
I sit here and I just download porn and pictures of guys with good heads of hair.
Jeremy, thanks for the super chat. Ryan can't shave his head. He still has a soft spot on top.
Oh,
like one side of my face will go lazy if I touch my head.
Oh,
we'll get Bell's palsy.
That's terrible.
Thanks, Jeremy. Dick. Troll Painting Minis. Thanks for the member chat. Bobby needs a mullet. Also, just picked up Toxitron and 4 deluxe Transformers on clearance at Walmart. Looks like they over-ordered or something. Those are like the neon-looking ones. They're kind of lame.
Should have waited. I'm sure they'll be at Ollie's.
Ollie's, Ross. Yeah, I bought a bunch of Transformers at Ross like a month ago. Thank you.
Speaking of Ollie's, did you ever get a response from that comment that you left for that person?
No.
Oh,
He didn't say nothing.
It must have burned him so bad. I know, like, after you showed that to me, I was like, damn, if I were him, that would have ruined my day. I would have been like, damn, that was a good burn. That was a real
That's
good
pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. You guys can see all that on Twitter or X if you follow me. But I'm just having fun, man. I'm not trying to get anyone worked up. Just have a laugh. That's all. Yeah. Just have a little laugh. It's funny. You don't have to go to Japan to buy Marvel Legends. You can just go to Ollie's.
Listen, it's just jokes, right? It's just jokes.
Yeah. Alrighty. Cookies Brick says, thanks for the sale. Finally finished out my wave 3 and saved a ton of money.
Anytime, bud.
Yeah. Anytime. Did you do Black Friday last year?
I did. I had to look and see. I did. I think I've done Black Friday every year. I think it's the only sale I do throughout the year. You know, I know a lot of companies throw a lot of sales out there. I mean, the Action Force stuff sells so well consistently that, you know, not that you need to do a sale to move product, but you do a sale because it's like a thank you to people sometimes. And it's like people always expect Black Friday. It's like you don't do a Black Friday sale. It's like, I know everybody does a Black Friday sale nowadays. So you can't not do one. It's like, you know, part of society now.
Most Black Friday sales are just horrible. They suck. They're not worth it. They're not that good. That's what I learned when I did my Black Friday stream. But you know, you had 25% off, which was good, and so did Hella Dope Toys, and I got those figures from them today. So I got from helladopetoys.com. I got Blade for Marvel Legends, and I got another Chun-Li.
There you go.
I have my carded one. So thank you guys.
What I find crazy is that people are still going to the store, stores in person. Are sales that good that you're going in person? So me and Jordan, we were driving to Massachusetts to go to that show that we were at last weekend. And there was on the highway, both sides, the exits were 2 miles long with cars coming off it, just people going to the outlet stores. And I'm like, are the sales really that good to sit in all that traffic and deal with all that shit to save a couple bucks? Really? I don't know. I was never one of those people that went out. I stayed home on Black Friday. No way I'm leaving the house.
I went out years ago, but you know, it's been at least 15 years since I went to a physical store on Black Friday. You know, and I don't even think they're crowded anymore. I think they're pretty empty. It's just it's almost like another day at retail.
Yeah,
because everyone buys online.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Hey, Pink Desert Rat, aka Mrs. Vargo. Thank you for that super chat. What's worse, streaming to a room full of kids or a room full of adults? Thanks again for volunteering. Also, family trip to Turkey, a 2-for-1.
There you go. So Zoe invited me to come talk to the kids at her school. She teaches at an elementary school, and they did a career day thing. So I spent a couple hours talking to a bunch of different grades of kids, and that was a lot of fun. Those kids were funny. Some of the questions, and it was some of these questions that were surprising, multiple different grades asked it. I'm like, did they get together and talk? Multiple different grades asked if I was a millionaire, and they asked how much money I made. And I'm like, it's something you ask somebody nowadays. I guess they all watch Mr. Beast and YouTube and think all these people are millionaires and stuff like TikTok, that. Wow. Yeah. You know, they're not wrong, but it's just, you know, it just took me back. I didn't expect it from a bunch of kids, you know?
Yeah.
But they were fun.
Did any of them raise their hand and you were like, that little bastard in the back there, what do you want?
No, Zoe was handling that. She would call on them and they would say their question. Then you had some of them that talked. And then you had some that yelled at you. So it was, funny.
I just imagine you as Arnold Schwarzenegger in Kindergarten Cop. Thank you, Zoe, for the super chat.
Shut up! Shut up!
Boys have a penis. I don't think I can say that anymore. Erica Lisa Rosario, once again, what direction do you see the Action Force going? Is it possible to have characters from other IPs join Condor's fight? Still hoping Solid Snake joins one day.
Oh, that would be so cool. It would be incredibly awesome to like cross over and like join that. When I had talked about the IP that we had signed the contract with, that we had to cancel the contract because that company had defaulted on the agreement.
Yeah,
I had early talks with them about crossing over their IP with Action Force down the road, and that would have been super cool. So I would love it because I think Action Force is like the perfect plane to introduce any sort of characters in. So Solid Snake, oh, that would be awesome. That'd be really awesome.
Cool. Let's see here. Christopher Rose says, just wanted to give a shout out to Bobby and Valerse. Made a Black Friday order, and it was originally scheduled for delivery Tuesday, but was delivered today. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, thank you, UPS, man. They get it there quick.
Right on. Yeah. Let's see here. Death Skull, thanks for the member chat, man. He says, hey, guys, just got here. What did I miss? And also, let's get toxic.
I don't think we've gotten there yet. I think we're still warming up.
Still warming up. We're warming up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Death Skull. Drayton Horton wants to know, what age range will the Action Force movie be targeted for?
While I want the movie to be rated R, because I feel like you can't have a military movie without cursing and blood. Like, it's just the nature of the genre. However, you know, it's going to be PG-13 because PG-13 allows a wider audience to be able to view the movies. You know, it's like all the Marvel movies, all Star Wars movies are all PG-13. It's just, we just live in a time where everything's PG-13 nowadays. However, I've already talked about this. I want a producer's cut. While I know that that's not a thing that exists, or I want like a red band cut. Like, I want, you know, there's things that we wrote in the script. And when I wrote the script, there was a lot of cursing and a lot of violence and a lot of things. So like, we can't have this. And it's like, no, I get it. We're going to have take A and take B. Pandora's going to say some things this way, and then she's going to say things my way, you know, because I want there to be another cut out there, like an Ayer cut or a Snyder cut that while I'm not the director, that's why I want like the producer cut, you know, or the writer's cut or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they have unrated extended cuts.
And that's what I want. I want there to be it, because I think that while the movie can be amazing at PG-13, I just think that it'll just be 100% authentic rated R.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Hal Jordan says, got my shipping notice for my 3POA We Get Views hoodie yesterday. Oh, right on, man. Cool. Thanks for getting that. Yeah, 3POApodcast.com if anyone else wants a hoodie or a t-shirt or a mug, a pint glass. Lots of stuff there. Thank you, thank you, Hal Jordan. Big fan of your ring. CC Grimm, thanks for the member chat. Evening, gents. First live in a while. Might cut out early. Just wanted to say, hope you have a good night and keep it toxic. Thank you, Mr. Grimm.
That was prime Brittany too.
Yeah, it was. Not doing so hot now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when you see the fall from grace, you know. But all like, I look at all like my my 20-year-old crushes, even like Christina.
Dude, okay, listen, Christina Aguilera was way hotter.
She was. Listen, Christina, I say it all the time. I tell my wife this all the time. Christina, in her dirty phase, holy shit. You guys have seen, I wore the shirt once or twice.
Yeah.
Dude, when she was wearing the chaps and booty shorts, she did the dirty video. I remember watching TRL after school, and my mind was blown. I was like, what?
Dude, TRL was where it was at, man.
TRL was where it was at.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah. I think, you know what it is? I think the ones that have held up, my crushes that have held up, are the ones without kids. You know, Avril still looks good. You know, the ones that have Margot Robbie still looks amazing. You know?
Avril has no kids?
Avril has no kids.
Oh.
Nope. She's married a bunch of scumbags just like dirtbag dudes and shit like that. But
she's married to the Sum 41 guy, right?
that was her first husband. Then she married the dude from what's the band that sang Look at My Photograph? Chad Kroger. What fucking band?
Really? Oh, yeah. God. What's that band?
She married that dude. And now she's with I always get like her and Megan Fox mixed up because Megan Fox is now dating a piece of shit. I think I think she's with Machine Gun Kelly or Avril's with Machine Gun Kelly. They're both with these weird, skinny, tattooed like dudes that think they're hard, and you're just like, what are you doing? Your parents must be so upset.
Isn't Machine Gun's Kelly career over? Like Eminem ruined him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff.
I don't know. I just know that the two of them are hot girls that are with just weird dudes.
Yeah. Photograph. Who did that song? Everyone hates that band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Creed. Not Creed.
Not Creed. People hate them too.
Nickelback. Thank you, Hal Jordan.
Nickelback. There you go.
Nickelback. Yeah. Hey, Bobby. You used to work for Hasbro, huh?
I guess.
You designed some 12-inch figures, huh?
I did.
Even this damn thing?
Listen, leave it up to Dwight to take something I did awesome and then fuck it up. Man,
so I messed around with the 12-inch Captain America figure, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was good. This thing, they gave him the shield.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
You're familiar with that?
Yep.
Look at that glove.
Wait, they didn't give him the sea grip hand? So the only sea grip hand he has is the one holding the hammer?
Dude, you try to get the shield over the glove, and it's got that fin on it.
Oh!
And they only gave him one sea grip hand for the hammer. So he can either hold the hammer or the shield, not both.
No.
So I'm like, well, I'll store the shield on the back, like Captain America.
They didn't give him the star on the back to flip over either, right?
It's there, but it doesn't come out.
They made it solid, or they glued it in?
They glued it in. I don't even think it's a separate piece.
Push on the chest, because the original one...
Look, see the chest?
Oh, they suck.
It's solid. It's like glued, or it's part of the mold now.
All right. This is where we're going to get toxic for a second here. This is where we start to really warm up.
Real quick, I have one more thing I want to say about this. Then we'll get super toxic.
You do you.
Did you put ratchets in the diaphragm?
I don't remember. That shit was 2015, 2016.
I think I'm going to rip the peg. It's just, he has like hammer swinging action because it doesn't.
Yeah, I'd have to pull out the old figure. Yeah. I don't remember offhand.
It feels like I'm stressing the peg when I try to articulate it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad I got this on Black Friday for $39.99. I question if it's even worth that because he can't even hold his damn shield right.
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. I'm gonna direct this at one person because I know he's gonna watch. Whether Dan is watching and sends it to him, but I have a feeling he watches all our shows anyway. I know he does. Ryan Ting, remember when I said to you that Dwight is the baseball MJ? Here is the perfect example. Dwight is so bad that he fucked that up. Like, you didn't think, hold on, let me make sure this shield can fit over that. I know he probably should have known that because, you know, when you do stuff and you do new parts, they tend to 3D print them and they show them to you. So you know that the fits are correct and stuff like that. I know this because the sculpting department, they bring the trays with the 3D printed parts over to your office and you go through that. It's like a sculpting review. I know it, unless things change and they decided to skip that step, which I'm not surprised about. He should have looked at that. So, and if he did look at that, you mean to tell me that you guys couldn't have afforded to just do new handles for the shield? I mean, you spent the money to plug up the hole in the back and get rid of the spring on the inside. Like I know you guys did that, and you tooled up that little, the icon in the front. And what's funny is the covers, those gauntlet, the glove covers, those are soft PVC, are they not, Ryan? Most likely they are.
And I tried to get it off to see if I get the.
So what you could have done is you could have put those shield straps into the same mold as those new parts. I know that because you could fit them. Okay. So he could have done that, but he didn't. So here is a perfect example of baseball MJ. Great job. Great job. And you think you guys are the Celtics, dude? Jesus.
Now, I don't know if everyone knows what we're talking about.
It's okay. Ryan knows.
Okay.
And this is only directed to him. This part of the show is just for him. You think you are the Celtics with that dude on your team? Stop it. Stop it.
Now, is there a chance an underling, I'm not trying to make excuses.
No, this is Dwight. This is all Dwight. This is a Dwight special right here.
Okay.
Because he's the one running Legend. So there's no way that this got past him or he didn't see it. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
So here's to you, mediocre designer. Congratulations. You know what?
Ooh.
I heard they're trimming a lot of fat in December.
Can we talk about that?
I heard a lot of packages went out. I heard they're trimming the fat like big time this month. Man, I hope everyone is on edge there because none of y'all are safe.
So I wasn't sure if I could talk about that on the last show, so I didn't say anything.
I'm not going to go that in depth in it, but the people there know what's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's no secret.
Okay.
We've seen their stock price, and we've seen like that company is hemorrhaging. I bought more stock. I bought that shit really low. You know
low, right?
Because listen, they always go up. They always go up. It's not something where I'm just like, yes, I'm rooting for Hasbro. It's an inevitable. It always goes up. Like it's just what it is. Can't be the biggest toy company in the world and like have your stock not go up eventually. So I'm just gonna sit on that and then get my residual check later on when it does go up because I bought this shit really low. Now, will they go lower? Maybe. I know that they're saying that they're predicting a bad holiday season. So they're saying that now to get shareholders like letting them know like, hey, shit's probably going to hit the fan some more, but don't worry because we're going to lay off a bunch of people. Yep. So listen, there's no way that you guys there don't know it's happening. I'm sure because listen, every time you're there, you always hear the rumblings and you're always hearing, did you hear anything? Did you hear anything? People know it's coming. It's not like this is going to be some secret thing that's coming. Like, and I find it hilarious that Hasbro's going to do it like before Christmas. Like, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. So we're just going to wait. I'm going to wait. And then when you hear, Hasbro laid off all these people, this and that. Now, I think what they're doing is instead of doing it like big giant lumps like they've done in the past, I think they're doing like a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, so that doesn't draw a lot of attention and all that bad press, because they've been doing it. They've literally done it almost every month for the last 6 months. They've laid off small batches of people. Now, small to them is like, 30, 40 people.
Remember their Blueprint 2.0 was right there. They put it out.
Exactly.
They said, yeah, we're going to, shrink the company and lay people off. Pretty much is what they said. Yeah.
Now, if I had to guess, I'm not saying I know anything. I'm speculating this just as an outsider. If I were a company and I was looking to like, where can I trim the fat? I would say, let me look at a person who's been there a long time who really doesn't do much and who works on a brand that kind of like, runs itself, but also who works on a brand that's down right now. I know Marvel movies ain't doing too well. I see a lot of Marvel Legends at Ollie's. So to me, if I had to guess, where am I going to start targeting people?
We already know it's creatives. It's not marketers.
It's exactly. So I'm looking at it as who's working on Marvel Legends because that brand's down. Marvel's down. Star Wars is down.
Do you really think they'll get rid of Dwight though? Seeing that he's like,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like
he's like a lower celebrity at this point.
However, listen, I don't think that matters to them anymore because they have a bunch of new people in leadership roles that don't give a shit about that.
Gotcha.
They reorged the whole thing. They took everything that they did after I left, all the bad decisions they made about designers reporting to marketers, all that bad shit. They were like, whoa, we totally fucked up. We fucked up. Our CEO died. All right, we covered that up. Let's now like fix this. Let's get some new people in here. Let's get a new CEO in here. Let's get a new whoever guy in here. People in there are like, what are you guys doing here? And then they have a new guy running all of design. And listen, if I were that guy, I'd come in there and be like, none of you are safe. I'd be like, I'm evaluating everybody. I don't care how long you've been there. I don't care how many toys you sold. I don't care. I'm going to evaluate everything. So I'm not saying they're targeting anybody. Listen, people are going. I don't know what kind of people are going. I'm just saying that if I were a company, this is what I'd be looking at. Because they're probably looking at it like, okay, well, can we get someone in a more junior role to do that? You know, because that's
for less money.
They lay off a bunch of people and then like, let's bring junior people in here.
Or they farm it out, right?
Or that's the thing. I know because that
from what I've heard, they laid off Corey earlier this year or last year, right? From G.I. Joe, the sculptor. They laid off Corey, but then he got work from Hasbro as a contractor. So they cut you.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay you benefits and all that.
Yep.
But then they'll pay you contracting work. So
yep.
It saves them a lot of money to lay you off.
Yeah.
And then contract.
You know, Dwight's been there a long time. I'm just saying, like, if I were the CEO and I had to lay off a bunch of people, I would be looking at people that have been there the longest because those are the people with the highest salaries. You want to save money, you go after big salaries. You're not going to go after some designer who's been there for 3 years. You know, they're making nothing. You're going to go after somebody who's been there a long time and has probably an inflated, salary. Just saying. I'm just saying.
I don't know if you can say, or what is a lead designer? Like, what kind of income is that? Like yearly salary?
I mean, it's different. Like when I was there, it was good. And then I got a couple of promotions when I first got there.
Were you lead designer on anything?
I led like my title when I first got there was just product designer or no, product designer is the first, and then designer, just straight designer, is the second tier. Then senior designer is the third tier, and then it goes design manager, and then senior design manager, and blah blah blah. But now I heard that they got rid of all those managerial roles because they realized that they had too many people. Like Dwight was in a senior design manager role.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at one point, Dwight was offered a director role that he turned down because he realized he's not a good manager. So at least he realized that. So the problem with Hasbro is it bottlenecks. You have a bunch of as you go up and up and up, there's less roles to go after, less manager roles. So when you're senior design manager, the next role is director. Well, all the director positions were taken. What do you do from there? So I think like 3 years ago, they started introducing like a different road. So you go from the main road and then it splits off. You could either go to managerial road towards manager and director, or you can go principal designer. And they introduced like a principal design route where you could just continue to stay a designer and just keep getting like more money. And that's what you become. So they switched Dwight over from a senior design manager to a principal designer, which it was just a lateral, move kind of thing. But they did that for a bunch of guys that have been there for a long time. But what you make, I mean, I don't know what they're hiring at now. I know that like when I left, like granted, they should have been paying me more. I was handling more items than the entire Marvel team combined. Like an average amount of items that a designer was handling was probably around 40, 30 to 40. I was handling, I think my last year there, I was like at 170 something items. The year before that, I had over 200 items.
Whoa!
Because the year that I, or maybe it was the 2 years before that, the year that I was on G.I. Joe and Marvel, I was over 200 items because I was handling a bunch of exclusive items and stuff. And it's like, there was a time where I was on Hero Masters and Marvel. I had a ton of items because I was a really good, efficient designer. No one else can handle that kind of shit. I'm going to go off on a tangent here. There was a designer that was there for years, and he fucking sucked. He couldn't draw worth a lick, and he was such dead weight. But he was there for like 25 years. The dude should have been good. They moved him over, I think, after Playmation failed or something failed. They put him on something, or no, he got moved over from Beyblade, and he came over the Marvel team. And they said to me, like, hey, you got to give up some of your Spider-Man items. I'm like, okay, fine. So they gave this dude like 15 of my items, like nothing. I could have done 15 items with my eyes closed in my sleep, hungover. They gave him like 15 of my items. He was so bad that they told me, hey, you got to come and help him with these items. I said, what do you mean help him? Like, I got to hold his hand? Like, I got to do the items? Like, I'm going to do the work, but it's going to be his on paper? Just give him back to me. Just give him back to me. So I held this dude's hand, a dude that was there for 25 years. 25 years. Well, they finally got rid of him. Finally, someone realized, but he was one of these old Kenner guys. And like, when Brian Chapman was there, he was a Kenner guy, and he was running all design, and he just loved his Kenner guys. And those Kenner guys, they sucked. They absolutely, listen, they sucked.
Oh, you just triggered so many people.
100%. Listen, I'm not saying all the Kenner guys. Guys like Mark Boudreau on the Star Wars team.
Legend.
Amazing.
Yep.
Absolute legend. I learned so much from him. I'm talking all the dudes that didn't pull their weight. And when Hasbro bought Kenner, they kind of like slid by, like, ooh, I'm going to slide right here. And then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, they're bringing me to Rhode Island. Okay. And then like people just like skated by under the radar. And you're just like, holy shit, man. I just remember thinking like, how's this dude still here? He's been here for 25 years. How is he still here? And I had to hold his hand. And people wonder why I'm mad. They wonder why I'm mad. It's like, dude, you weren't there. How would you feel if you had to take a senior dude who was probably making twice the amount of money you were making and couldn't handle 15 items, and you had to hold his hand? Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Like, just stop it. You know? So it's like, it's that kind of shit. But we went off on a tangent. They're going to be trimming the fat. So that was it. Ryan Ting, I hope you enjoyed that. Okay? I'm sure. Text me later. Text me later after you listen to it. We'll get a good laugh out of it.
Earl Potts makes a good point. He says, giving Emily multiple properties is a sure sign. Now, she is on Power Rangers, Joe, Dungeons and Dragons.
But Power Rangers and Dungeons and Dragons are dead brands.
What else is she on? Is she on...
Yeah, Joe, Power Rangers, Dungeons and Dragons. Like, okay,
is she on...
Two of those three are dead brands. Like, they're not doing any more items for those brands.
Now they are. Ghostbusters, they're still doing the HasLab.
Whoa. Whoa!
Do you think they'll bring back the Plasma series for the new movie? Maybe
it might be in the contract. It depends what's in their contract. I wouldn't.
I mean, those all went to Ross and Ollie's. Yeah, I don't know.
Terrible.
Okay, we got some comments here. Let's see here. Nikatrona says Jesse Falcon is the biggest problem, but he doesn't even work at Hasbro. He works at Marvel. Technically for Disney, right?
Yes, it's yes and no. I mean, Jesse is a problem. He's not the problem. He's like a second tier problem. While I love Jesse as a person, and I'm sure Jesse probably doesn't like me anymore because of what I've said.
Not after the Engine of Vengeance.
Listen, I would still hang out with Jesse and have a beer with him to this day. I would
even
never
with that new haircut.
I would never turn. Guys out in California, they do things their own way.
True.
Listen, I would still very much hang out with Jesse. Jesse made things very hard for us, and I'm sure he would probably say, "Well, that's my job," or "I was just doing my job." But again, like, you go back to the fat guy in a suit, like, and the Titus situation. Like, there is like specific points that you can go back to that prove what I'm saying. Like, I'm not just making this stuff up. Like, this is factual evidence. Titus was crickets. Kingpin was awesome. But that's just like two examples. I mean, he made it very hard for us. The constant switching of character selections and this and that. It's just, but granted, I also feel that Jesse's job is tough. I wouldn't want Jesse's job, because Jesse's getting directive from the MCU. He's getting directive from publishing, so he's just relaying the information. If they're saying, "Hey, push this and push this," he's got to push it. So again, it's not 100% his fault. He's unfortunately the middleman in this scenario, but there were a lot of things that you can tell were a Jesse opinion or a Jesse directive, and you were just like, "What are you doing?" So he's not the biggest problem. He definitely is by far not the biggest problem.
He's responsible for that Dr. Doomhead on Galactus. So
there you go.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Nicotronis. Okay, we got some super chats here. I want to get to these guys. Earl Potts, thank you so much. He says, "Happy holidays, guys. My Sarge version 2 came in today. The best 6-inch version of him, made with amazing accessories. Super fast shipping. Thank you."
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Earl. And thanks for that shirt. I showed it on the last show. I don't know if you saw it, but he got me a Legions Con shirt with some of the Cosmic and Mythic Legions figures on it. It's really cool looking.
Okay.
So, yeah, thanks, Earl.
Earl, is that a picture of you with the Todd father?
It is.
Tell him to give me a call, man. I want to talk to him.
Right, Mr. Vala? How you make figures? You like making? Can you make 4?
I'm telling you, it would be one of the greatest
figures?
conversations ever. I think the two of us would have such a good time chatting about toys and stuff.
I created Spawn. All right, Rick Shattered Glass Jazz. Thank you for another super chat, man. Appreciate you, dude. He says, "Bobby, I know you dig the Justice League Snyder cut as much as I do, from what I've heard. Are you looking forward to Snyder's Rebel Moon this month? We'll love to see you work with Snyder on Rebel Moon figures."
It is. I'm very excited for it. It's good that he's getting to do his own thing. It's unfortunate what happened to him, and that's a show all on its own. But, I thought about the whole Rebel Moon thing, and I was like, should I try to go after that? Now, granted, I think it's too late because the movie's coming out soon. There'll be no time. I wouldn't be surprised if McFarlane's already on it. It seems like that's a McFarlane thing,
I think
he's been really good about jumping on new movie IPs. He got Dune, and granted, like the first Dune movie figures were not good. They only did a couple. Stuff he's doing for the second movie look amazing. It's like he did the Snyder Cut figures, so I wouldn't be surprised if he is doing it. But Ryan, you seem like something else.
I think he is, or maybe it was Diamond that's doing them.
Okay,
I saw figures. Someone's doing them.
Yeah.
At
this point, I just think it's a little late for me to attack that. But listen, if I had the opportunity, I would do it in a heartbeat.
That'd be cool. You should hit him up about older movies.
The problem with older movies is, where's the art? Like, is it still something that's going to sell? Like, I know like NECA does a lot of stuff that's older stuff. I mean, I think about some of Snyder's older movies. Like,
300.
I was one of the rare people that was a fan of Sucker Punch. I just don't know if Sucker Punch figures would sell.
They didn't sell before.
Well, they didn't really. The only person that did them were Hot Toys, I believe. So
I could have sworn McFarlane did them.
No,
or NECA.
No.
Okay.
It was just Hot Toys. So to me, it's just like, where's the audience? And I look at a lot of these companies doing figures for older movies, and I'm like, I don't think that's where the answer is. I think the answer is like these new movies coming out, stuff like Rebel Moon. That's where you want to get in on the ground floor. I don't think you want to go backwards.
All right. Thank you, Rick. Antonio Agosto Life Rants 82. Welcome to channel membership. Thank you very much, sir. You can stay tuned for the after show after this. Robert Foley, thanks for the member chat. He says, "Oh God, this show is toxic," which equals
emotional damage.
I love it. Keep going. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you, man. Let's see here. Figure Fever with the super chat. Thank you so much. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Figure Fever.
Why? Not IE.
Yeah. All right. Dracula's Drip. Welcome to channel membership, sir. Awesome. Thank you. See here. Ninja. What's up, Ninja? He says, Vala, please just don't ever save adult XXX toys to your phone while thinking about another man.
That's funny. That's funny.
Thank you, Ninja.
Thanks for the
V. Connolly, he says, I'm turning that Blade figure into the Casper Cole Black Panther. Oh, good idea. Yeah, I think, well, if you saw Ninja's video, you know what I'm going to do with this. So.
Yeah, didn't he like use some other company's figures to turn that Blade into a better figure?
Yeah, some company that went out of business.
Yeah,
figures. Yeah, Riot Trooper. No, not Riot Trooper. Spec Ops Trooper.
Spec Ops Trooper.
Yeah. Thank you, V. Conley. Let's see here. Dracula's Drip with the super chat. Thanks, sir. It's been Black Friday all month at Ross. True. I still haven't seen those Viper
really funny
3-packs. I haven't looked though that many times, so I'm sure they showed up and left. Van Morrissey, welcome to channel membership. Appreciate you, man. Troll Painting Minis, thanks for the super chat. Maybe your kind of lame neon bots beat potato pants.
Huh?
Oh, I said those Toxitron and Transformers, they're like neon colors. I said they're kind of lame. He says, maybe you're kind of lame. Potato pants. Thank you, Troll Painting Minis. Enjoy your neon Transformers. V. Conley with the member chat. Thanks, man. We'll be sending Christmas cards, few gifts to you two. Oh, cool. Thanks. Samantha is taking requests for baked cookies if you'd like. Oh, my goodness.
Ooh.
There's options?
I mean, sugar cookies my favorite. I'm also a Snickerdoodle fan.
Those are good.
You
like peanut butter?
I do, but not in cookies. Like, I feel like if someone makes a peanut butter cookie, I don't really dig it all that much. I like a Reese's peanut butter cup, like the peanut butter in there, not cookies. It's different. My friend, I used to work at this law firm like way back in the day. I think I'm trying to remember where he was from, but he made these things called Buckeye balls. It was like a big ball of like peanut butter, like covered in chocolate. And they were amazing. And I wish I could find someone to make them because they were amazing.
Cool. Yeah. Reach out in the DMs.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fache. Thank you, Samantha. And let's see, we got a super chat from Antonio Agosto, Life Rants 82. Thank you. Bobby, superheroes in the Vala universe?
You never know. I mean, the Valerse isn't just Action Force, as we see now that we have Legend of the White Dragon. But I mean, listen, I would love to do a superhero line. What that superhero line is, I don't know. Is it something I come up with? Is it something that I license? I know that one of our good friends of the show just sent me a message about a comic book IP. So I've started to look into that.
Cool.
But I don't know. I would love to, because I think, superheroes would be great. I mean, I've said it on the show that I reached out to a guy that is doing a superhero comic, and he flaked out and stuff. But I would have loved to have done his superhero comic. So yeah, I want superheroes, 100%.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
I do.
Have you watched Invincible season 1 or 2?
I have not.
You should, and then you should try to get those figures.
Didn't McFarlane do the Invincible figures?
Diamond Select.
Diamond
Which
Select.
I would think. I mean, Diamond Select does stuff that everyone else does too, right?
But they don't do in volume. Like they'll do like one or two. They don't do a whole range, which killed me about the Lord of the Rings figures.
Yeah, they they put out a couple Marvel figures. It seems like a year, like 3 maybe. But I don't. I would doubt that Diamond has exclusive rights to Invincible.
Invincible, huh?
I don't know.
Good? Is it that good? Do people love him that much?
Watch the show.
Yeah.
There's no way you won't like it.
Okay.
Okay. Super Bat Cat. Thanks for becoming a channel member, man. Appreciate you. Salvator.
What's up, Sal?
Member chat. Yeah. Bobby, your cut better be like the director's cut of Kingdom of Heaven, or I'll be very upset. But seriously, looking forward to it.
Listen, I told him, I said, it's got to be at least 4 hours. Like, at least. Oh,
man, you're going Snyder.
Listen, dude, when Kingdom of Heaven, I think the theatrical cut was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. And they came out with the director's cut, and I think it was 3.5 hours. I could be wrong on that. But I just remember it being so long, that there was like a break in the DVDs. It was great. You had to put in the second DVD. But I just love long movies. Like, to me, I want it to be an experience. If a movie's not at least 2 hours, like, I feel cheated in a way. Like, I want to sit there and have an experience and be told this story. So that's why, like, I'm such a big fan of the Snyder Cut, because the movie's 4 hours. I wish that movie was 6 hours. So to me, it's like, yeah, I want like a 3.5, 4 hour cut of Action Force. Like, I think that would be so cool.
An extra 2 hours of just panning over terrain, establishing shots.
Hey. Snyder knows what he's doing. Like, yes. Does he waste time on, Nordic women singing when, a guy swims in the water? Maybe. But it's great. It's great. It adds to the story. All the slow motion. Like, come on. It's so good.
All right. Thanks, Sal.
He's probably shaking his head right now listening.
Another one from Sal. Thank you, Sal. He says, Christina, Brittany, Avril aged like wine.
I wouldn't say she aged like wine. She definitely aged okay. Like, she's good. She's definitely not like, you look what happened to Christina and Brittany, and that's just a sad, sad story.
Wait, something happened to Christina? I haven't seen Christina Aguilera in years.
Christina she got, a lot happened. Well, just look up pictures of her. Like,
she's 40. She's my age too. So it's like, people age. But did she age with like bad plastic surgery?
She aged with bad plastic surgery.
Oh, why do they do that?
Yeah.
It's better just to age gracefully.
She had a lot of bad plastic surgery. So,
yeah.
But it's like, you look at someone like Kylie Minogue, who, we all know Michael loves. She is stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
She's very much like a Kate Beckinsale. You look at Kate Beckinsale, and Kate Beckinsale doesn't even look like she aged at all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if Kylie has kids or not. Michael will be able to answer that for me. But I know that Kate Beckinsale does not have kids. So there definitely is a correlation with, kids will put a burden on you. They beat you. They beat you up. Why do you think I have no hair?
Thank you, Sal. The Death Skull. Thanks for the super chat. Bobby, can we have a Britney Spears figure part of Action Force? Dude, I bet if you reached out to Britney Spears, you could get her in the line.
Probably. She's not doing anything. She's probably
she would be like knife, like the knife wielding chick.
That would be hilarious if we could get her like part of Pandora's team and she was just wielding knives.
I just gave you $1 million idea for free.
Crap.
All right.
Holy crap.
Code name breakdown with knife dancing action. There we go. See?
Wow.
That's your knife chick.
The hard part is gonna be getting a hold of her.
Yeah. Thank you, Death Skull. Mython the Python, another super chat. Thank you, sir. We need an Action Force thickie. I agree. Really accentuated battle baddie. If not for your fans that enjoy curves, at least for articulated ninja. Nothing like crazy. Just like, a little Cara Dune action in Action Force. That would have been cool.
Next question.
Okay. Thanks, Mython the Python. M. Vargo 97 says, I told everyone not to buy that Super Adaptoid in my video. I thought about you as I added him to the cart. And you were right. My bad.
Listen, leave my designs alone. Don't touch them. Just leave them alone. Let them die. Leave them alone. Stop using my shit.
You know what's funny is that when this thing first was announced, I saw comments in the live chat and later on other YouTube channels saying, "Oh, I bet Bobby Vala's pissed. They're using his design." And I'm like, "Hey, dummy! They've been using his designs for years."
I think it's hilarious. It's hilarious that Dwight has to constantly use my shit.
Like, look around your collection, your Marvel Legend collection. Half the designs are Bobby.
Talk about sloppy seconds, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, listen, that's just the nature of when you work for a big company like Hasbro with the tooling library that it has. When I came in and they gave me, the Marvel Universe line, I was using everything, that Dave Honor did. And it's like, like for instance, one of my favorite figures that I worked on was Death's Head. There were parts that Dave had sculpted up. And this is back when they used to sculpt in wax, not 3D printed shit. There was a little box that my engineer gave me, goes, "Hey, this is stuff Dave had sculpted up." And there was parts for like a new Human Torch and some other characters, but there was Death's Head parts. And he said, "Yeah, he had this plan to put on the Colossus body." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm doing that." So like that figure, like, yeah, I got it out, but it was because of what Dave had done previously. So you're always using like someone else's work, unless you're starting a line from scratch, like the 12-inch line. That was mine from scratch. Now Dwight's got to use it, but, it just comes with the territory, I guess. I just find it funny.
Yeah. Thank you, M. Vargo. Let's see here. We got Suka. Member chat from Suka. Thank you, sir. By the way, Suka is the one that set up the member exclusive Discord. So shout out to him. And if you're a channel member and you're not part of the Discord, hit me up and I'll send you the link. Thank you for the chat, Suka. He says, next Hasbro t-shirt, mint in severance package.
That's a great idea. I would totally wear that shirt.
Ouch.
That's a good shirt.
I mean, according to you, they have a good severance package. So
severance package was great.
That's that. No, shout out. I mean, that's awesome then.
Listen, what I like, that's the part that I find funny is that they would rather pay somebody to not do exceptional work for them. Like, I don't get it. Now, granted, I've heard that the severance package has changed now. Whereas when I was there, me being a smart guy, I walked in there and I said, before I signed this, I was like, is there a non-compete clause in there? And I said, no. So you don't want a non-compete, because a non-compete, means that you can't go work for another company in the same industry, and that you have to just take your severance and sit home and do nothing. Whereas when they let me go, I was able to go and get paid by them and go work for another company, which I did, and got paid by them. It was like I was double dipping all over the place. I was getting my residual checks from my Hasbro stock. It was like Hasbro was like, let's just make it rain on Bobby all the time. Here you go. But I
sounds like it worked out for the best then. I mean, hey.
Listen, they paid me to sit home and create Action Force. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, that's cool.
So, but now it's like I heard that they're making people sign non-competes now, which sucks. It's awful. If you're going to let someone go because your company's doing shitty, you shouldn't tell them they can't go work for another company. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah, it is. That's like breaking up with your girl and saying, hey, you can't date no one else.
Right? How could you tell me what I can and can't do?
Right.
You don't know me. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got a super chat from Dino Spumoni. Thank you very much. Thoughts on Series 4 reveals from for Jada Street Fighter? Thought they were awesome.
What
they
did they show?
Blanca.
Ooh, really?
Who else did they show, guys? Blanca. Sagat.
Okay, you're warming up.
I think they had already showed Guile, but they showed Guile. Who else did they show? I'm looking at the chat now.
So,
Bison. We already knew Bison was coming.
Why does everybody make me wait for my favorite character? Why?
Oh, Vega. They showed Vega, dude.
No, they didn't.
They did, and Vega looked really cool. You didn't get the SH figure arts, did you?
I did.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Their Vega looks really good. The figure arts might still be the best, but
I mean the figure arts one is really
really good. See, I'm looking up Jada Toys Vega, and I'm just seeing the little metal figure.
Yeah. Are you lying to me?
No. I saw it because he had the mask off. He was holding the mask in his hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think that, you know what? Let me go to Instagram. I think the Toy Migos posted it. You look this up. Jada's doing cool stuff, and from what I heard, they have more IPs they're going after.
Is that Cammy, Guile, and DJ? Or are those the figure
Yes, they showed Cammy. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, Cammy looks good. DJ looks good. I think you're lying, Ryan. I don't.
No. Did they not post? No, they posted it. Here it is. That's June, but you can't zoom in. But yeah, so there's Sagat, there's Vega, Cammy, Blanca. Is that the only picture they posted? It is.
Seriously?
It's the only one they posted. Let's see if it's in their stories. Nope. Oh, yeah, here it is. It's in their stories. Sorry, it's small. See? Look, Sagat, Vega, Cammy. They showed Guile before, and there's Blanca. He looks really good. Yeah, they showed Dalsim before, too. He looks good.
They're going so deep. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And also, have you heard of Paul-Mart store?
I have not.
Apparently, they're a vendor at Frankenson, but they got an exclusive.
What?
This is available right now. The Player 2 Ryu in gray.
Ooh, I like it.
With the brown gloves that a lot of people wanted, right? So
now,
I zoom in on this.
Is that the third Ryu they've done? Didn't they do one in...
They did Evil Ryu, which is technically a different character.
Got it.
Ryu, someone's going to get mad at me. Ryu, Evil Ryu, and now Player 2 Ryu.
And who's the only one to have done Hot Ryu? This guy.
And Storm.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I did him first, though.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too.
I did him first.
You did him in 3 3/4, right?
I did.
I'm going to drop the link to the Paul-Mart store Ryu in the chat for anyone that wants it, because they're still available. I wouldn't sleep on it. Jada, it says they got...
So I'm so excited for you, Jada.
Yeah.
I love what they're doing. Love it.
Here it is. Limited to 4,000 units. Production run.
That's a big run. Holy shit. Well, I mean, for something like Street Fighter, that's not big.
I mean, it's not big for like Target, but for Paul-Mart store, I imagine it's pretty big. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. So, but that's how you do it. It's a simple repaint. Not everyone's going to want it. You make that the exclusive. You give it to Paul-Mart store. That's good.
You don't have to buy the exclusives.
Yeah. Thank you, Dino, for that super chat. That was a nice little tangent. Here we go. Collector. When is the new wave for Valerse? Series 4.
So I will give you a show exclusive heads up. Because I'm going to send this out in a newsletter this week because we got some updates from shipping. So Series 4 has been on the ocean, and I've been checking the tracking, and it kept saying December 10th. So December 10th, it would arrive in Boston. therefore it would get to me by December 15th. Okay, that's great. Well, I checked the tracking the other day and it had switched to now January 4th. And I emailed the shipping company. I said, what's going on? So there's another drought in the Panama Canal.
Oh, man.
And when a drought happens in the Panama Canal, they can only let in like a certain number of boats per day. And now that kind of backed up. I'm still hoping that we can get it before then, but it looks like now it will be the very beginning of January for Series 4, which sucks. It's not a factory delay or anything like that. It's a Panama Canal delay, which is not ideal. However, I am still planning on possibly putting up I'm not calling them pre-orders, I'm calling them advanced sales. Advanced purchase sales for Series 4, I believe next week. So
okay,
you'll be able to purchase Series 4 next week, and then that'll get your Series 4 purchase out of the way, and then the Vanguard will be probably a week or two after that, before Christmas. I know it's not ideal timing, but don't worry, because the Vanguard is going to be up for a while. But we are working on a very, very awesome package to put together for the launch of the Vanguard. So
now Shopify takes PayPal.
They do.
Okay, so if funds are a little tight and you insist on pre-ordering it, in December, you can always do PayPal Pay in 4. I've heard a lot of people talk about that.
Yep. Shopify also has a pay later option, I believe.
Is there interest?
I don't know. I just know that Shopify offers a lot of different pay options.
Okay, cool. Can't wait. All right, let's get back to the chat here. Let's see here. Hal Jordan, Bobby's heart will go 3 sizes and he will bring Dwight to Action Force.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be an absolute just heartwarming tale right there. That would be worth a movie.
I mean, probably give him a job like breaking down boxes here or something like that.
Oh man.
I'll take it easy on him.
All right. Let's see here. Smoke him if you got him. Bobby, who do you think is the most talented person in your industry besides anyone in your company?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to say because
McFarlane.
There's designers, there's sculptors. There are some exceptional hand painters out there. Like when I did a little bit of work for the Four Horsemen back when I was going to school, and they were in New Jersey and I was in New Jersey. They had this woman who was hand painting their paint masters for them, and she was unbelievable. Now, I don't know if they brought in more painters for their paint masters now, but whoever does their paint masters are fantastic. Those guys, Eric over there doing the sculpting, I know they have more sculptors now, but their sculptors are top notch. There are some really, really like talented sculptors out there. I have, all the people that work on my stuff. I only use really talented people, Arlen, Sarah, Nick. I know I'm forgetting people, but they're just some of the ones that have recently been working on stuff for me. But I've had a bunch of different sculptors work on stuff. Mark from Mark II Designs is fantastic with weapons. So it's hard to say who is the most talented person, because there are some people that are really talented at, at some things, but it's not one thing that is, everything that encompasses creating, toy. It's like, yes, do I think I'm good at what I do? I do. I think you have to think you're good at what you do, but I don't
besides anyone in your company.
I know, but what I'm saying is like, I do the design, but I don't do the sculpting, but I make comments on the sculpt. So it's like, I have a hand in that. So it's like, it's hard to say. I mean, I think to me, it's like sculptors are the most talented just because they have to make this look good. Like they're the kind of the make or break. Like, yes, the files go to China and China can fuck up the files too. But if what the sculptor puts down on the file is great, you should be in good shape. Gentle Giant has some amazing sculptors. Again, like whoever works on Jada stuff is blowing my mind.
is really good.
You know,
The guys at Savage Crucible.
Yeah.
They're doing cool stuff.
Great. I use some of their sculptors on my stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's somebody that's probably like, I can't believe you didn't say me. Like, listen, there's so many people in the toy industry. It's hard to pinpoint one person, you know?
Yeah. And there's so many different skills.
Yes,
skill
exactly.
sets.
Exactly.
Painters, Nikki Nicole Customs, very good. She does painting for.
She's really good. Yeah.
Painting for Savage Crucible.
Christina Coogan's really good. Or Christina Cohen.
Christina Conan. I don't know. Yeah. Does she work for? I think she's just does customs, but
she just does customs. But she should definitely be working for somebody.
Yeah, she is really good.
Phenomenal.
Christina Conan.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Jason Evangelista. Hasbro will still make money. They are not just figures. It's true. They have a lot of products, board games, all kinds of stuff.
100%. Why do you think I bought their stock? Why? Because I know eventually they're going to have some gold mine. You know, they're going to revamp Nerf, or they're going to revamp Play-Doh. That's what you buy when you buy Hasbro stock. You don't buy Marvel Legends. You don't buy G.I. Joe. You buy their whole entire portfolio. Like, that's it.
Have they ever tried doing their own brick system, like Lego or Mega Blocks?
Creo. They did Creo.
Oh, they were Creo.
Yeah,
that's why Creo sucked.
Yeah.
Creo was trash.
Yeah. Which I think, you know what it is? I just think they were a little too early. Now it's like there's so many third-party Lego brick makers out there.
Yeah.
I just think that now, like, if they did it now, I think they do really well.
I mean, you could basically make bricks that work with Lego.
Yeah.
That just don't say Lego, and that's perfectly legal.
That's what Creo was, but Creo was the first one to do it.
Oh.
And I just think that they were just a little too early, you know?
Didn't they do G.I. Joe stuff with Creo?
They did.
I seem to remember that stuff being horrible from collectors.
They did a lot. They did a Terradrome, you know, they did a lot of stuff. I just think that at the time, no one really cared too much about G.I. Joe. So it's like, you watch Creo with Transformers and G.I. Joe. I just think those fans weren't really into that. You know, if Creo could have gotten a really good IP, it would have made them a lot better.
They really need to get off their ass and get some good media out with G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
They got to capture a new generation. Because as cool as Classified is, as good as it is, it's not going to save the brand.
Yeah.
You know, you got to capture kids. That sounded wrong. You got to capture their imaginations, their attention with toys.
White van, Ryan.
Yeah. No Robert's Infinite Realm says Dungeons and Dragons is theirs right now. They're doing good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff, man. They own a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jason. Let's see here. Jer Bear, Man Cave. Emily went off all social till New Year, so something is up. Really?
Maybe she's taking a break for the holidays, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I wouldn't read
just because something's up. Maybe it's like, listen, I have no love for Emily. I think she's wrong for the brand, this and that. But it's like, I'm sure she gets ganged up on a lot.
Oh, she does. Oh, yeah. People will go after her.
Yeah, some of it's warranted, some of it's not. But it's like, listen, at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, but people make a lot. Like, we've had people in the comments here make personal attacks, and we don't do that. So.
Yeah, dude, listen, collectors, I'm not saying all of us. I'm saying there's a good amount of us that give us a really bad fucking name. Like, do you remember during COVID, the assholes who were going to, if there's one of you in the chat, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. If you went into Target and you hounded a fucking Target employee because your phone said, Pop Finder said it's here, where's the figure? Listen, man, I just don't have the respect for that. I don't. Listen, someone sent me Pop Finder and said, hey, I just looked it up. There's 3 at your store. Okay, cool. I stopped there within the next half hour. I didn't see any in the rack. I didn't go to an employee and hound them. Bro, they're fucking employees. They're stocking the fucking shelves.
Yeah.
Like, stop with your toys. Stop. Like,
they got a horrible job. They're not paid much.
Leave those people alone. Like, you gave collectors such a bad name during that whole run. Now, granted, I know that Classified had shipping issues, distribution issues, but we were during COVID. No one was mindful of that. People went in there and just berated these people.
Yeah.
Berated them. It was so wrong. It's just like, come on, man. A college kid making probably $16 an hour, stocking shelves. You think he knows what you're talking about? Like, hey, where's the firefly? It says there's 3 fireflies here. Where's the firefly? It's like, bro, come on. Have a little more respect for yourself. Have respect for other people and their jobs. Like, stop it. So yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't dig Emily and I don't care for what she does. It's like, who cares, man? Maybe she's getting off social media because social media is fucking toxic. Listen, if I didn't have to be on social media, I wouldn't be, because people treat social media like a fucking shitstorm. You guys suck on social media. Like, absolutely suck. You know, it's like,
I'm sure Ryan Ting's saying that about me right now. That guy sucks on social media.
Well, it's just, listen, man. Listen, back in the day, we weren't allowed to be on social media. You weren't allowed to post stuff. Ryan and Dan, they post shit all the time. Guys, go back to 2017 when you weren't allowed to post stuff. It's a lot better. But you bring it on yourselves now, man. I mean, I have to do it for my company. I got to drive the shit and this and that, but they don't have to be on social media unless Hasbro's directing them to be on social media. But yeah, if she wants to get off, let her get off, man. Who cares? There's no like, JFK assassination conspiracy going on. Maybe she doesn't want to get on anymore.
It was during that. Yeah, it was during that whole Cobra Island fiasco. I was just, I used to go and I used to talk to Target employees or, whatever. I was never rude to them.
Uh-huh.
But during the whole Cobra Island thing, that whole disaster, I just stopped. I'll go in, I'll look on the shelf. If it's not there, I leave.
Not there, yep.
Because you know what? Maybe an employee took it out of the back. Maybe someone else is going to harass them to bring it out of the back. Yep. I'm not gonna, because you know what? It's not that important. I can live without, and it'll probably end up at Ollie's or Ross. So,
or they're gonna reissue it. Who cares? Like,
yeah.
I went in there one day and I was looking. I didn't even say anything. I didn't talk to an employee. I was just looking there, and I wasn't there for anything specific. I was trying to kill some time. I was at Target, and Target, whoever's working the toy aisle, he said, "Are you looking for the new G.I. Joe?" And I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "You looking for the new G.I. Joe?" I was like, "Sure." And he
knew who you were.
I don't know if he knew who I was, but I guess he just saw that I was looking at toys, and I guess he probably had so many people come in there and go up his ass about it that he just assumed when I wasn't there for anything. And he brought out a breaker, like the breaker with the RAM cycle. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, cool, thanks. And I took it and I bought it, and that was that. But it's just like, I wasn't there like, hey, man, you got that new G.I. Joe? Like, no, I didn't even say anything to him. He came up to me, and I was like, oh, all right, but some people act differently. I don't know.
By the way, shout out to Chris from Target. There's this guy that watches our show, and he recognized me in the aisle at Target a couple times.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so he said he watches, but he doesn't go in the chat because he doesn't like sign into YouTube or nothing. But yeah, shout out to you, man. Thanks for watching. Let's see here. Let's see here. JC's, does Mr. Vala sculpt his head sculpts for Action Force? No,
I do what's called a sculpt input. I draw the head on all the details, front, side, back view. Then I send my input drawing to a sculptor, and they sculpt what I draw.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. I'm going to skip down if you guys don't worry. I'm going to get to all the comments. Let's see here. Slade on Slade says, my wife and I met Emily on a flight. I never spoke of toys as we were traveling for a military yellow ribbon event. She was very unpleasant. Oh, I thought this was going to be a positive comment.
Ooh.
She was very unpleasant when speaking of G.I. Joe fans. She was cringe the whole time. Oh, well.
Did she ask your pronoun when you started talking with her? Seems like the right thing to do.
I seriously thought this was going to be something positive about her.
So did I. We were reading. I was like, oh, where's this going? Now it's like, ooh, hey.
Oh, well, I mean, you know what? Listen, I don't blame her. People say, oh, you're this and that in the live chats. And I'm like, I'm just promoting 3POA. I'm being a little obnoxious. I'm not saying mean things about the people on camera, Yeah.
And at the same time, guys, you see these people that are all pleasant and sunshine and rainbows on their live streams. Do you think they're allowed to be unpleasant or real on their streams? No, of course they're like being fake. Come on.
I mean, maybe she was just having a bad day. She is on an airplane after all. You know, that always sucks.
That's true.
Your brother from another mother, Alex Sanchez, says Bobby was dressed as Lady J when the guy asked him. That's right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
All right, back to the starred comments here. Let's see. We got Suka, a new member. You must have re-signed up because I know you've been a member. Well, welcome back, Suka. Let's see here. Billy Go Boom with the member chat. You guys are the best. I'm sick as a dog right now, but starting to feel better already. Awesome.
Good to hear, man.
Yeah, get better, man.
Drink some water.
What does this profile picture say? It says farts take a while to escape a rubber suit. It's Michael Keaton making that face. That's good. That's a good profile picture about Billy Go Boom. Michael Dremmer is welcome to channel membership. Stay tuned for the after show. But we'll start maybe 10, 15 minutes after this ends. Let's see here. Not Top Goon with the member chat. Happy to see you again, Bobby. So ready for wave 4.
Me too, man. Me too.
I got a Not Top Goon action figure today.
Oh, did you?
Check that out.
Nice.
And I had to get it from Germany. So these are the trench coat. These are the Tracksuit Mafia figures from the Hawkeye show, right? It's just like a kit bash. It's like Mr. Knight's legs and Stan Lee's arms and I think a new torso. But I wanted these real bad, mostly for this head sculpt. Target never got them in my area. Canceled my pre-orders. Other Targets got them. Clearanced them out to like $11. So I'm thinking, well, I'm never going to get one. Well, Star Action Figures in Germany had them in stock on sale for like £20 or €20. I don't know, whatever. Came out to $34 each. The day after they shipped them, Big Bad, Entertainment Earth, Nerdzoic, Hella Dope Toys all put them up for pre-order.
Seriously?
Seriously. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to go get something to show you guys.
All right, go get something, and I'll keep on with the chats. Let's see here. Joe Bits, thanks for the super chat. Molasses ginger cookie. And Joe Bits, I'm sorry I missed your super chat on the Black Friday stream. Joe Bits is on Mercari, eBay, Mercari. And you basically buy figures, break them down to individual pieces so people can like just buy the head if they want that, or the accessories, the hands. He was having a Black Friday sale on his Mercari, and I missed the super chat. Joe Bits, I am sorry. But I got this one. And yes, molasses ginger cookies. Very good. Let's see here. We got one from Robert's Infinite Realms. Welcome to channel membership. I've heard you have hands. Robert has hands. Everyone should check out Robert's channel. He's got a really funny video up right now. What's up, Bobby? What do you got?
So while I was at the con that I did last weekend,
a
gentleman by the name of Keith made a very awesome custom for me.
Oh.
I'm going to show it off. So it's in this
box,
and it says Vicious Bobby Vala, a.k.a. Grimace. Pretty funny.
Yes, Grimace.
It's probably one of the best customs, Action Force customs I've seen. I'm not saying it is the best. I'm saying it's up there with the rest of them. He made a custom of me. So he took my Iceman head and he painted it.
Oh, very nice. Added a beard.
And he did an amazing job. He added the beard. Look how clean that Valerse V is. He took the Casey Jones hockey gloves and he made them purple, like Grimace purple, like my hoodie.
Yep.
And he included like, a bunch of accessories and stuff. And
awesome. The hockey stick in there.
He took Carrick's sheath for his shotgun, and he put the hockey sticks in there and stuff like that. This was a very cool one. His paint work is fantastic.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's a cool one. It's definitely a cool one.
Right on, Keith. All right. We got a super chat from It's Chad. He says, Is it toxic time? Is it toxic time? You know what time it is, Chad. Thank you, sir. Let's see here. Oh, Chad just put out a video leaking a bunch of stuff the G.I. Joe brand is doing.
I heard Chad's been getting some info lately, huh?
He's been getting some insider info. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. I think 4-inch collectors are going to be very happy with what he reveals in that video. I won't say what it is exactly because I want you to go over to Chad's channel to check it out.
I mean, will they?
I mean, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Andre Cologne. Thank you, Andre, for the super chat. Bobby, Mr. Vala, if you do Invincible, I'm buying the whole line. Promise you that.
I will look into this whole Invincible thing you all are talking about.
Listen,
These
that
kids
should be
nowadays.
the next show you watch and binge.
Okay.
It's that good.
Is it?
Dude, it's good. It's really good. I've never read the comic that it's based on. The animated show is really good. And it's not for kids. Don't watch it with Mason. Yeah. Let's see here. We got one from Jason Newton. Thank you for the super chat. Bobby doing an Invincible line would be amazing.
All right. 2 people so far. I guess I'm going to do it.
Those are just the super chats. A lot of people were saying it. Member chat from PDR Action Figures 81. Bobby, any plans for female Garrison Cavalry?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
A little Garrison Cavalry action with female trooper. Very cool. Cool. Thanks for the member chat. We got Alex Sanchez with the super chat. This show is the Rob Liefeld of toy shows. Excuse me.
Listen,
Excuse me, Alex.
Listen. I love Alex, and he and I will be friends till the day I die. But he gets me heated. He gets me really heated because granted we can like different artists and this and that, but nobody should fucking like Rob Liefeld, and nobody should think that dude did anything positive for the comic community. And the respect that Alex has for him gets me. I'm sitting there texting with him, and I'm like, he's trolling me. Like he's trolling me.
No, he actually means it.
100% he does. And I'm just like, this is some bullshit right here. This is some absolute bullshit.
Listen, I tweeted something nice to Rob Liefeld. I didn't even tag him in it. I just said his name, and it was, the famous Captain America, where someone went in, removed the shield, and drawn what it would have looked like, and used what was obviously a reference picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Uh-huh.
Without the shield there, you could see what he was going for, and it kind of worked. And I was just saying, hey, let's cut him some slack. Rob Liefeld blocked me for that on Twitter.
Did he really?
He and he wasn't even tagged. He was searching his own name, saw my tweet.
What a sick individual.
If I ever see that 5'2"
what a
piece, I won't do anything.
Sick individual.
Yeah. And by the way, this is not the Rob Liefeld of toy shows. This is the Ethan Van Sciver of toy shows. Thank you very much. Okay. We're talented.
Hey, Alex, we're the Dan Jurgens in his prime of toy shows. So suck it.
The EVS of toy shows. We don't put a ton of toy shows out, but when we do, they're really good. All right. There's been a lot of drama over EVS not fulfilling books in a timely manner.
Uh-oh.
But when he does put them out, they're really good. So I just got a text. Hold on. Hold on. Let me respond to this.
I just won a piece of artwork that I'm very happy about.
Oh, nice.
Speaking of Alex, a Dan Jurgens piece of artwork. Guy took my offer. I'm paying for that shit now. Yup.
Well, you want to show it on screen?
It's gonna be a little hard to see. I was just searching every now and then, like I have some searches that I search, and I was looking for you look up like Dan Jurgens sketches and shows like sketches. I was actually trying to find a sketch that I had sold years and years ago, and I doubt someone will ever sell it again. But it led me to start looking up Dan Jurgens sketches, and there was a sketch that he did of this character called Warlord. Now, Warlord was like this fantasy barbarian kind of character that DC had put a comic out for back in the 80s. And Dan Jurgens' first ever professional comic work was on, I think, like issue like 7 of Warlord. And this piece of artwork was a sketch of Warlord that was done in the 80s. So this is like a super, super like old one of Dan Jurgens' first ever like con sketches kind of thing. And
okay.
He was selling it for like dirt cheap. I bought that shit immediately. Or like he had it and I threw him an offer and he took the offer. But I'm like so psyched because I know Dan and I have his email and stuff. I'm gonna send it to Dan and be like, do you remember doing this sketch? I know it was probably in the fucking 80s, so you don't remember it, but you know, the guy he bought it from a comic book shop owner who got it from Dan in the 80s, who like had him do the sketch back then. So it's like to have something when like he first started his career back then is awesome. Because I have a bunch of sketches from Dan Jurgens. He did a custom Doomsday commission piece for me when I met him for the first time. I have a Dark Side that he did for me. But like this is cool because it's like original, like it's back in the day, like when he first started his comic, career, which is awesome.
Oh, what's this? Look who's here! It's Alex Sanchez in the house. What's up, Alex? He has to come in and defend himself as a Rob Liefeld fan.
I'm not talking to him. Yeah, I'm gonna get really angry.
Can you guys hear me? Right?
I can hear you. Yeah. All right.
This show is quickly becoming the Michael Turner of toy shows.
Oh my God.
That's a compliment, baby.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
It wasn't his fault, man. It wasn't his fault.
I know.
Oh, how dare you, Alex?
Right?
But,
explain yourself, you Rob Liefeld fan.
One of the most, I would say he is top 10 comic book artists of all time. All time.
Top 10 of all time?
Yeah. He's not in my top 10, but I got to give the guy.
Oh, come on.
Dude, I'm serious. He is. He really is. Him, I mean, I think I might have even tried to have Bobby. I think I might even tried to have this conversation with Bobby over text one time. And
he did. 100% did. It wasn't even that long ago. It was only like a week ago.
It was a few weeks ago when his Captain America pinup or whatever it was sold for how much was it? Like over $500,000?
No, it was like $130,000.
That's because it's a meme. It's a famous meme at this point. That's why.
Yeah, but
not because it's good.
It's a meme, Ryan. But you still felt the need to tell him how to correct his anatomy.
I was not trying to tell him how to correct anything. I wouldn't do that. I'm not an artist.
Dude, it was so passive aggressive. I would have blocked you twice.
It wasn't passive aggressive at all.
It was totally, Ryan. You're
not even on Twitter. How would you know?
Because you showed it to me. You sent me the screenshot.
It was nice.
Dude, you said it yourself. That art has become a meme. So, yeah. And we're talking about like 20 years later, man, of him hearing this
because
shit
it sucks.
Over and over again. So if somebody sends him something like that, like you did, my first thought is like, this guy is trolling me. Blocked.
He's being a big baby. He's a big baby.
He's a big rich baby.
Yeah, he's rich. Yep. That's
Dude,
true.
Top 10.
Come on.
I'm telling you, he's not in my
Where
top
does he fall? Okay, of all the image artists, right? You got McFarlane, Jim Lee, him,
Willis Portacio, Mark Silvestri.
He's at the bottom of that list.
In what regards, though? Like as far as his artwork,
skill,
or his
artist,
all of the above. The skill as an artist, he's at the very bottom.
Okay,
very
at least
bottom.
We can agree on that.
He is. I'm not saying he's a bad artist because at least like you can be a bad artist, but if you have like your thing, your style, your aesthetic, whatever it is, then you can be successful. But he has that. And I would say he's not the best artist of that whole group, but he is at least, he's in the top 3 of that group.
Tell you what, though.
Jim Lee, Mark McFarlane, and Rob Liefeld in no particular order.
Dale Keown, the bomb, though.
Oh, he's an amazing artist. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
you can't mess with Dale Keown.
Not many people can, but
yeah,
he's got to get his shit done on time now.
Oh no, this is perfect right here. Action figure Atorium. Alex has a Force Awakens poster on his wall.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Oh, you don't like Drew Struzan, Bobby?
I love Drew Struzan. That's a good point. That is a Struzan. That is a Struzen.
I mean, you couldn't have picked like an Indiana Jones Struzen or something.
I'm not that big of a fan of Indiana Jones.
You couldn't have picked like a better Star Wars movie.
I do. I mean, I have the episodes 1 through 3. I have the original trilogy posters.
Did he do an episode 8? No, he didn't.
No, it was all that digital bullshit. But this is the last. They brought him out of retirement to do this.
Right.
To me, it's
All right. I got some super chats here I got to get to. Tony Horton, thank you for the 1 month member chat. Bobby, as Valerse expands rapidly, are there plans to recruit more artists to divide the workload and help realize the future of the Action Force?
Yes and no. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to give somebody like I've had some artists work on some other things as far as like vehicles, concepts, that sort of thing.
But now hold on, because he's saying Action Force. I mean, that includes the lore, the comics. We got one right here. Alex worked on some of the comics, so you have, you've done that.
Well, yeah, it's like obviously, like I had such a little hand in the comics, but as far as like, no one will ever design figures but me. I mean, gotcha. if I'm ever at the point where I'm not designing figures, then someone should punch me in the face. I don't think I'll ever give that up. Like, I think just the designing the figures and creating the characters is going to be mine forever. But I mean, you can't do this stuff. You can't expand without bringing on more talent. So, yeah. But that means that what I want to do is I want to get more responsibility off my plate as far as like day-to-day operation, so that I could just sit in my office and create new characters and design new figures, because that's what I should be doing.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. Mad Villain, do you guys think Hasbro might make a Mole Man Marvel Legends? Yes, I do, because I think their goal is to get to everything in Marvel.
Or they're running out of ideas.
I mean, there's so many characters in the Marvel Universe, and they do so many C, D, Z list characters that eventually they'll get to Mole Man.
Versions of some other characters too.
I mean, listen, if they did Super Adaptoid, I mean, you could probably guarantee a Mole Man's coming.
And Super Adaptoid already needs a redo, because this one sucks. No wings, no quiver, no bow. Yeah. No shield holding hand. Biff Jocko, thanks for the member chat. That Death's Head is still a great figure. Yeah.
So good.
The Legends Death Head is good. Isn't it Death Head 2 though? Yeah.
It's Death's Head 2. No, Death's Head 2 had the dreadlocks. It's Death's Head 1.
That was the Marvel Universe.
Character?
Yeah, the Marvel Universe was Death's Head 1.
Yeah.
Legends did Death's Head 2.
Right.
My favorite of the two is Death's Head 2 because he looks more like Predator. But, I mean, Death's Head 1 is still awesome.
Yeah. All right. Biff Jocko. Just read that one. Cobra Saboteur with the member chat. Thank you, sir. Only here live for a moment. Did I miss where we harassed Bobby to get the Metal Gear license? We mentioned it. Need that Vanguard driver behind window blister in the box.
Why? You're going to take it out. You're not keeping this thing in the box. So you don't need it in a window blister. So
okay. Raziel with the super chat. Thanks. Be cool if Bobby did 112 Acid Rain World figures. That would be really cool.
I mean, is that a big property? Do a lot of people like, I know Acid Rain is big in the 3 3/4 inch, but
right.
Is Acid Rain really like uber popular to the point where like if someone did 6-inch Acid Rain, it would sell really well? I don't know. But
I mean, from what I've heard, the people that buy Acid Rain, they collect it. They're in love with it because it's so good. Just like the detail, the sculpt, paint, articulation, all that. It's like everything you want from a 6-inch figure, but it's in 3 3/4. They got cool mechs, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. Carlos Caceres, thank you for the super chat. I think you dodged a bullet. The ISOM comic isn't good. Amateur storytelling is being polite. Bobby should create his own superheroes.
I mean, listen, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. Guy's still selling $1 million worth of comics, which is unheard of nowadays. So he's doing something right. I mean, Rob Liefeld sold books. I don't know.
He's good at marketing his comics, and he's good at selling stuff. Yeah. Yep, he is. Thank you, Carlos.
The guy that you were telling me about, Ryan, the other day.
Yeah, Eric July. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's see here. Troll Painting Minis, thank you for the super chat. Whoa, I never knew there was a Death's Head in Universe. Yes, Marvel Universe. I may have to track him down to add to my Transformers collection. Thanks, Bobby. Yep.
You got it.
Track him down. Hal Jordan says, Ryan, have you seen the Savage Crucible post from LA Comic-Con? I think that's where they are. Those figures look damn good. So stoked on that line. Yes, because our buddy Renato posted them on Facebook, and here they are. Here's their $15, I believe, Lumerian Army Builder. This was $15 during the Kickstarter. Now I think it'll be $20 or $25 when they are released. But I mean, that's a $15 figure. That's beautiful.
Wow.
You know, it's unheard of. This is what they showed at LA Comic-Con. These are painted up, I believe, by Nikki Nicole Customs. So, awesome paint work. They're looking cool. The way he can hold that sword with two hands. You see all the articulation, toe joints, double jointed knees, elbows, everything. It looks like it's going to be a great line.
This
I can't wait.
Comic, right? I feel like I've seen this before.
They have a comic. It's I want to say it's original, but they are working in some like Frazetta stuff, like Warrior with Ball and Chain. It's what do you call it? It's very Dungeons and Dragons,
Dragony.
Yeah, sword and sorcery type thing. Yeah, they're doing some cool stuff, man. Yeah, I think it's great. I can't wait to get my Kickstarter
It's
stuff.
like a tiger shark.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, they got fish guys, lizard guys, all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. Bobby, you backed it.
I did, yeah. Alex, do you remember when we went to the Frazetta Museum with school?
Yeah, he came out, remember?
He came out when we got on the bus. He waved to us.
No. He came out before that. He talked to us.
He did?
Yeah. He came out. His wife was the one that was doing the tour.
The tour, yeah.
And then someone asked him a question. No, you know what it was? She showed us in hand a painting that he did after he had his stroke or whatever it was he had.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, someone asked him a question about it, and she went and she got him, and he came back and he talked to us. You remember that?
No, I don't remember. I just remember him waving to us like when we were on the bus.
Oh, I guess you must have disappeared like you did every class.
I pooped a lot.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear Sci-Fi and Toy Fan. Thanks for becoming a channel member. Stay tuned for the after show. Appreciate that so much. Let's see here. Happy Accident says, got a gray variant Ryu. Thanks. You're welcome, man. Darkest Cloister. I'll take that job breaking down boxes for you, Bobby. Let's see here. Michael Prue. Thanks for the super chat. Bobby, any horse figures with different saddles, etc.?
Nah.
I mean, that's not what you're going to ride into battle on in
2028. It would take a lot for me to eventually get to the point where I'm doing horses.
Yeah.
You have a problem with horses? What's wrong with horses?
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't do anything that would warrant a horse. I mean, Mythic Legions does horses. I don't do a cowboy line.
Would you ever go back in time? Like, would you ever do like World War I or II?
Yes, 100%.
Military. Oh, dude,
100%.
I mean, listen, there's no one doing 6-inch cowboys and Indians.
I don't know. I think it's a very niche.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
A friend of mine does the 4-inch line, and those figures are great. But I just think cowboys in that genre is very, very niche. Very niche. Like, listen, dude, I was watching The Patriot not that long ago, and I was like, man, could you imagine making like a Mel Gibson type Patriot figure with his tomahawks and muskets and shit like that? I'm like, that'd be cool, but it's like, who would really care? I don't really care. I think World War II is as far back as you can go where people will still give a shit. Because World War II was so iconic and people love it.
Yeah, it's the greatest war, so it's
It had great weapons. You know, I've always said that Vietnam had some of the shittiest weapons, but World War II was so iconic. I think if you go back any further than that, no one gives a shit about World War I. No one gives about colonial wars and shit like that, as far as like toys go. So, if I did anything, it would probably go back to like World War II. And I've said it before on podcasts that it would be cool to go back and do like a World War II series where it was like that was the Action Force team back then, and like that's where it all started, and then it kind of went under wraps, and then they revived the Action Force unit later on. You know, I think it'd be cool.
Man,
yeah,
I have an idea for you, Bobby.
I know.
All right, let's see here. Joe Bits, thanks for the super chat. Desert Rat / Series 1 upgrade packs coming?
I don't know. I know people want me to do like a lot of things for like reissues and going back to old characters. I got so many new characters I'm waiting to get out, guys. You know, we'll see. We'll see.
Just keep trucking.
Yeah.
All right. Tim Taser with the member chat. Thank you. Bobby, can you clarify? Designer does the drawings and concept. Sculptors bring it to life in 3D. Who does the articulation? Who does head sculpts?
There's a lot of layers to that question. There are designers at Hasbro that cannot draw. While Dwight can draw, Dwight never takes the time to do his own input drawings. I always did my own input drawings because like that's what I love to do. I want to be the one creating it.
And you were like the few, right? Like if
very few, very, very few.
Because I remember asking you at the time, like when you were deep in Hasbro, and you were like, you wouldn't believe how many people don't have an artistic background.
Yep. So many guys there can't draw. I remember
that's crazy.
It's like it should be part of like your
curriculum, like your skill set. Like you
like even if you went to school and you did a little bit of it, or even if you do it on the side, or like when they hired you, didn't they ask for like a portfolio of some sorts, not just like a resume? Or
not really, because I had been there as an intern twice before, so it was like they kind of knew.
So does Hasbro have a habit of hiring from the PTP School of Art? Or
makes everything gay.
Oh man. So when I was there,
fucking Titanium Titans, it's coming.
What a terrible idea. Sorry, Ace. I know he's probably gonna get mad at me for that one. When I was at Hasbro as an intern, the 2 times I was there for an intern, I had a sketchbook, and I would get all the designers to do sketches in there for me. If I let you look at that sketchbook, it would blow your fucking mind how many shit drawings are in there. By you did,
you did a sketchbook for everyone to do a piece in. You mean?
Yep. And just I have a Mark Boudreau sketch in there of a snow speeder that I have to get framed and put up here. It's the best piece in there. But there's so many guys can't draw, and you're like, whoa, like wow, that's terrible.
At some point, it must have changed though, because if you think about during the 80s and stuff, well, I don't know. You tell me. It's like during the 80s and 70s.
I mean, I guess because you were sitting at a desk like drawing the actual thing, and then I think like sometime in the late 90s, early 2000s, it really changed over, and I think guys were able to just pull reference, like guys that worked on Star Wars with the prequels, and it's like you just had reference, so it's like. Okay. The guys on the Star Wars team, they just pull reference. Same thing with Dwight on Marvel. It's like he just pulls comic images. He sends those comic images to General Giant or whoever's doing the sculpts, and that's it. And it's like, as far as like articulation goes, you know, you point out standard articulation. Everything's kind of industry standard nowadays, you know. But that's it for the 12-inch Marvel line. I drew every single one of those figures because I wanted those figures to look like my drawings, you know. Not like comic images, which there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I just wanted it to look a certain way.
Hey, Bobby, I can draw. Can I add to the sketchbook next time I'm there?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
I can draw. I mean, seriously, I've been drawing during this show.
Oh God, let me see.
Yeah.
You want to see?
Is it Captain America from the side?
Bobby's like, he knows about how to draw penises, man.
What?
I can use the pointers.
Stop. The dark times. Listen, those are dark times.
Please dig up those pages.
I've been trying. Listen, every time I go to my parents' house, like every time.
You left that porn at your parents' house?
Well, not that I left it at my parents' house. I had one.
You're like, Mom, look what I drew.
No. What happened was, this was still like this. I had to send those pages in, and it was only like 7 pages. So like I sent them those pages, and I got one issue from them. They sent me one fucking comic. So it's like I had that comic.
They probably only sold like 2.
What was that?
They probably only sold like 2.
Right? Tell me about it. It was black and white. It was terrible.
Oh, it was black and white.
It was black and white. The cover had color, but the interiors were black and white.
Oh.
But I put that comic. Remember the old big giant portfolio we got year one? In school?
Yeah.
So I had that with all my artwork, and it was in there. And I don't, for the life of me, I don't know if it's at my dad's house or it's at my mom's house. I check every time I go, hoping that it'll turn up because I need that. Like I need to revisit that.
Do you remember what the page rate was for it?
Dude, it was like something like $18 a page or something. Like it was bad. I remember it being it was under $20. And I was really slow, so it took me like 3 days to draw a page. So it was like,
oh man,
yeah, it was. Yeah.
You were pretty quick in school.
No, I was slow as shit, dude. I was slow.
Let's see. Super chat from Action Figuratorium. Thanks. I pushed 5 POA Desert Rat for a nerdy nomination. Those heartless savages ignored my pleas. Here's the next year. Sorry, I didn't see it. I was on that stream with Big Nerdy. I did not see that. I would have said something.
Did I get nominated for anything this year?
Well, you have your own category, Best Action Force Figure.
Oh, that's bullshit, man. I want to be represented. I want to be recognized for something in the whole of toy industry.
There might have been something else. I don't remember. I don't know.
I'll have to talk to Matt about that.
There you go. Let's see here. Brian with the member chat. Thanks, sir. He says, I know someone who works at a Target, and he said people would walk right into the back room and try to look for things themselves.
Terrible.
I might have to get a red shirt and try that.
Who does that?
Let's see here. Jeremy, thanks for the super chat. Bobby, I totally get what you're saying in regard to retail employees. However, I've known multiple Target and Walmart employees who are also scalpers.
I mean, I get it. It's the nature of collecting, though. It's like, if you were, put it this way, if you were unemployed or you were like, didn't have a career, you were a young college kid or something like that, would you not go get a job at Target just to be able to like kind of get in on something? Like, sure, like why not? I
mean, like half of the Toys R Us employees back in the day were wanting to work in the action figure section,
Yeah. Come on, it's the nature of the beast, man.
Even Michael French worked at Toys R Us. He said he wanted to work in action figures. They said, nope, you're like he was in bicycles or something, I think he said.
And it's
Michael, why is he pitching in the toy aisle?
The Target and Walmart employees, I mean, they're not into like the stuff that collectors are like toy collectors are collecting now. It's like,
well, they might be.
Most of them really don't have any idea what a NECA Ninja Turtle is.
I mean, but also like you got to think like some of these kids, like maybe someone's telling them, hey, they're valuable. Can you get some of that out? And then they're like selling it to their friend or something like that. It's like when I was working at this collectible store, I didn't know what Pokemon cards were. This is when Pokemon cards first came out. You didn't think my friends were telling me, hey, can you get me this card? Like, yeah, sure, I'll get you that card. Like, it's just, it comes with the territory, man.
Robert reminds me that, yes, you were also nominated in the exclusive figure category, Warpath Eclipse. I think I might have thrown Swarm Horde in there too.
Okay.
This is probably my favorite Valerse figure this year, right here.
All right.
I kept on bringing up the Swarm Horde because I'm a shill. Damn it.
Damn right. Got you on the payroll. Got you on the payroll. You're one of my minions.
Yeah. No, I'm a lackey.
A lackey. That's what it was.
Yes, I'm a lackey.
That's what it was. A lackey.
Yeah. Alex Sanchez says Bobby was dressed as Lady J.
You read that one already. It was like 2 hours ago.
Dude. A Michael Turner.
I know, I'm a horrible host.
I'll listen. I'll take that all day. Dude, remember that page I showed you? I got it framed. It's going to hang in my office.
Yeah. You should fucking write RIP on top of it.
How dare you?
You know what's funny? You fucking insult Liefeld. I'll go.
He's not dead.
Yeah.
I know.
Not yet.
Stop. I will say this, and I've said this, I think I've said this to you before. Even after he died, Michael Turner had some of the longest lines at every convention that hit.
Yeah. That's because they kept pumping out his covers.
Oh my God. It's like when he was like on death's door, they're like, what's his name? Peter Steigerwald was like holding his right arm.
Well, what I didn't like was that he had like this sketchbook and he had sketches of like Harley Quinn and Darth Maul and stuff. And what they did was like they would show that in like some wizards, like, oh, here's some behind the scenes of Michael Turner sketches. And it was like, it was never for publication. He just did them in his
No.
sketchbook.
Fucking
After he
no.
died, they took those sketches and they colored them up and they made
them
covers out of them.
They made them, yeah.
I was like, that's kind of wrong, man.
It
like,
is wrong. And I'm surprised they're still around, man, to be honest.
Now, granted, I know Turner left the company to Peter and Frank, so I'm sure Mike would have been fine with it. Like, yes, they have to keep the company going. They got to keep the company making money. So I guess he probably wouldn't be like mad about it. I just think, to me, it's
something fucking new, though. Why does everything have to be Fathom related?
Exactly. What I don't understand is they had that line, that comic Ecos. Like, I remember when he formed Aspen, there was a fan vote. Either he does Soulfire or he does Ecos. Of course, everyone was going to vote for the naked chick with big tits and not the alien comic. I voted for Ecos because it was something different than what we already seen from him. We saw we saw Fathom. I wanted Ecos, and I'm like, how has it been like 20 years since he died, and like we still don't have an Ecos book out? Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it's the funny thing is that even at that time, the TNA stuff was already passé. Like, people had moved beyond that, and it just shows a lack of, I guess, forward thinking, because they could be putting out like books that have nothing to do with superheroes and be successful.
Yeah,
and have the Michael Turner catalog, for whatever. But
sure,
not those guys, man.
All right.
I mean, listen, with AI now, they could probably just listen, I'm serious. I was thinking about this the other day.
They could, of course.
They could probably just say generate Michael Turner artwork.
Yeah.
It'll just do it in his style. So you could probably just make a whole comic line of like AI Michael Turner artwork. Don't they do like what concert do they do where they put the hologram of someone on stage?
They've done it with Tupac. They've done it with
that's not AI though.
It's like a projection.
It's kind of like it. It's kind of like you're still using a fake version of them, Yeah. I mean, people are paying money for it, so why not do it? Shit. It's like that's what we're gonna get to anyway.
Whenever they go to a convention, they should project Michael Turner doing sketches and signing books.
Heartbreaking.
Are you aware of Aspen and Fathom and all that stuff, Ryan? Do you know about that? Oh, you don't? Okay.
Nope. Don't know.
That's after show. We'll fill them in later.
Okay.
That's a long story.
Dracula's Drip wants to know why Hasbro canceled the Marvel Universe line.
Well, that was because they got greedy. So what happened was they did Marvel. They got rid of Legends. They brought in Marvel Universe. Well, there was no more Legends to buy, so everyone bought Universe because it was the only thing they could buy. So they got greedy and they said, "Ooh, let's just bring back 6-inch." It's like, whoa! You're gonna monopolize your brand here. People are gonna choose one or the other. There's only 2 brands or 1 brand that I've seen do it successfully, and that's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Fortnite it didn't work for. Everything else didn't work for. You can't do 2 lines at the same time at 2 different scales. It just doesn't work. So they came out with Legends again, and Legends started doing great. But then as costs were rising and retail prices started rising, this is when Legends were going to Legends were $15, but I think they were going to 20. And they said that Universe was at 10, and they were like, we got to raise it to 12. But we raised it to 12, and they said you got to start cutting all the articulation and accessories. So it was just like a watered down piece of shit. People were going to pay $12 for a figure with nothing when they could pay $20 for this awesome 6-inch figure with a bunch of deco and articulation. So,
and also they, Toy Biz and even Marvel or Hasbro, they were putting out 6-inch figures for 10 years, and then they stopped the line and then brought it. So people were wanting 6-inch to continue their collection.
Yep.
You worked on the Universe line. That was your line.
I did, yeah. The last 3 years I worked on it.
That was a great line.
What, it ended in 2018, 2017?
Well, it ended in 2016, and then we revived it and started bringing some stuff back for the movie 2-packs in 2017 and 2018.
And the Game Reverse stuff.
Yeah. That was the last of it. But the last wave, I believe, was in 2016.
Cool. All right. Elizabeth Laurie with the member chat. Hi, guys. Bobby, my small child, keeps stealing my Swarm Horde off the shelf to play with it. Last I looked, it defeated the Hulk.
Nice. I like it.
KJ Smith with the member chat. Thank you, KJ. What's up, peeps? 112 Omni-Man, please. That's from Invincible, which is
you guys,
awesome.
listen, I'm going to look into this. You guys keep talking about this Invincible shit. I can't ignore it.
Eric Alfred Abel, thanks for the super chat. Is the Valerse Con schedule posted somewhere?
It is not. I'm actually finalizing all my dates for 2024 now. I'll probably be doing some sort of Vala fair like I did last February. That's where I'm going to have a bunch of reveals, and I'm going to announce our big show that we're doing in Georgia in September, where we might have this amazing exclusive for. I did just sign up for a booth at Terrificon.
Where's that?
That's in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun. However, if you guys are going to come there hoping to get to talk to me, I'm probably not going to be at the booth because I'm either going to be at the card table or I'm going to be rolling the dice. So, yeah. So you can go and you can go talk to Jordan or whoever I have there, but I will most likely, he'll probably tell you, like, go find Bobby. He's probably in the poker room, or he's probably at the craps table. And if he's doing really bad, he's probably at the blackjack table.
When is that?
That is in August. Yeah, but there's other shows that I'm going to be doing, before then as well.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. Thanks, Eric. We got DFW Toy Hunter with the member chat. Bobby, you should look into the first Viking series. May not make sense on that end. I don't know. Ryan, nice hair. Thanks.
I've heard that show's great. I haven't watched it, but I heard it's great.
I haven't watched it, but I did watch Northman.
You said that was good.
That movie was cool, man. I liked it. It was basically Hamlet, but Vikings. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool. Nikatronis with the member chat. Thank you, Nikatronis. Bobby, any chance of Axel Foley joining Action Force? That would, dude, reach out to Eddie Murphy. That would be.
You're making a part 4 now.
Yeah, they are. Jeff Hicks from World Class would lose his mind if you made an Axel Foley.
Guys.
That would be so cool. Bananas accessories a must.
just stop it. Stop it.
You should do like a line of 80s action and comedy heroes.
No, didn't I just say, like, you don't go backwards? You need new, fresh IPs, not old shit.
Everyone would buy Axel Foley and friggin' Commando and John Kimball from Kindergarten Cop.
Like I already did. And John
Williams,
which I have.
It's like the Expendables of Action Force.
God, right?
Harry L, thanks for becoming a channel member. Stay tuned for the after show. DFW Toy Hunter with another super chat. Thank you. Joy Toy pulled me into 4-inch. I'd be all in on 6-inch. Okay. I think Joy Toy does line similar to Acid Rain. 3 3/4 stuff. All right. Mari says, hi, Ryan and Bobby.
Oh, yeah.
Got to check out Godzilla -1 movie. Awesome. I bought my tickets. I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Oh, really? I'm going on Monday.
Wait,
Yeah.
there's a new Godzilla movie out?
Yeah. It's a Japanese Godzilla movie.
Cool. Is this like the continuation of the stuff that's been coming out over the last, 5 years?
No, that's Legendary.
This is Japanese. This is from Toho.
Okay.
Production. Yeah. Did you ever see Shin Godzilla, the last Japanese Godzilla?
Yeah, I watched it based on your recommendation. I loved it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't what I was expecting, but the whole political bureaucratic stuff was I thought it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It's my favorite Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
But I heard this one, -1, is just amazing because
I'm hearing only good things, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have you been watching the Monarch TV series?
No, I don't have Apple TV.
Neither do I, but they have a free 3 months, and the last episode airs the first week of January, so I'm just going to cancel it right after.
Oh, maybe I'll have to check that out then. Let's see here. Randall says some of the best Kenner artists were Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, George Perez, and Jack Kirby for Superpowers. Since Perez designed Lex Luthor and Brainiac, and they used Lopez's style guide. Huh?
Alex Toth. He didn't he design not just the cartoon, but also some of the toys?
I couldn't tell you.
Bobby.
I don't know. I know Garcia Lopez's guides were used for Superpowers. That's all I know. I mean, whoever was working for Mattel did not use any sort of style guides for those Secret Wars figures because those things are dog shit.
All right. Thank you, Randall. Mython the Python again. Thank you, sir. LaserPants, you are designing an action figure line for Kendra. I don't know her. Who's that? Thank you, Mython the Python.
Stop it.
Got Marvelous Nerd. Thanks for the super chat. Only one missing is Dante, i.e. vibes. Good times. Should I send him?
Stop it is right.
Stop it.
Get out of here.
Thank you, Marvelous Nerd, for the
We
super
want this
chat.
show to continue, not die.
Oh, come on.
Stop it.
Stop.
Sorry. I thought we were on a toxic show. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Jeremy Jernigan, thanks for the super chat. Bobby, Invincible is the best cape shit we've gotten in a long time. He's right.
All right.
Yep. Thank you, Jeremy.
If it's so good, how come someone isn't doing it? Like McFarlane eats up all that shit.
No. Diamond Select is doing it, and they've gone semi-deep, but it's Diamond.
Let me see. Let me look them up.
Go look up Diamond. It's what Diamond puts out. Usually good sculpts, but they're not exactly great action figures. You know what I mean?
Oh, did they did the comic series, I assume, or the animated series?
No, it's an independent book. Yeah, they did.
Because I'm not seeing the I don't see the live action figures.
No, there's no live action. It's an animated show.
It's an animated show. There's no live action.
What's the thing that Carl Urban's in? I thought that was Invincibles.
No, that's The Boys.
Oh, The Boys.
Yeah, you're getting confused.
Gotcha.
The Boys, the first season was cool, and then the second season I lost interest and turned it off. I never finished it. But Invincible's awesome.
Okay.
Let's see here. Marvelous Nerd, thank you for the super chat. Bobby, come to Cali and have your con at the Red Barn.
You obviously have never listened to our show before, where I spread my disdain for California, and I will never enter that state. No way.
That's Rudy. Rudy knows.
No.
He's busting your balls. Yeah.
Okay. No, never.
Yeah.
Never.
Let's see here. Someone asked about Mad Max figures, Valerse Mad Max, but you don't like Mad Max, do you?
I love Mad Max.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
If stuff was put out on a more consistent basis to keep the IP relevant.
Did you see the Furiosa trailer?
Oh,
I did?
that shit, man.
I think he's mad about it.
Oh, it's like,
It was very animated.
But George Miller's doing it, though.
Is he? Is he directing?
He directed it.
Okay, well, fine. I'm sure it'll be great. I loved Fury Road. I thought it was great. But I didn't wait like fucking 15, 20 years to see the Furiosa story. I want to see fucking Mad Max. I don't want to see a Furiosa movie.
That's my thing.
Do you want him to bring back Gibson and do like Old Man Max?
Oh, I would love that.
Really?
I would fucking love it.
As good as Fury Road was, my thing is, why aren't you doing a sequel to that? Why are you not giving us more time?
There was a whole bunch of legal battle stuff between George Miller and the production company or something. There was a lot of legal drama going on for years.
Because I'm like, to me, the Furiosa thing doesn't make sense. It's like,
well, that was always planned. That was always planned to be the sequel. And I don't know if I think they might have also had a Mad Max sequel in the plan stages, but both those movies got held up for, like I said, for legal reasons. And I guess they just decided to, because Charlize Theron, she's a big star, I guess, and that's
so
gonna make money.
Darth Gar says George Miller will never allow action figures of Mad Max. Who knows
He did
why?
before. I mean, they came out with some really shitty action figures in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I'm just saying, does George Miller know Ace from Ramen Toy?
who did
They might just happen anyway.
Alex,
Yeah, that's right.
Alex, who did the ones in the late 90s?
It's some weird company that I don't think I've ever heard of other than that toy line.
Let me see.
Yeah.
All right. While you're looking that up, Troll Painting Minis, thanks for the super chat. Just bought that Death set on eBay. It's awesome.
Nice.
The Marvel Universe. Yeah, right on.
That cost you.
Thank you, Troll Painting Minis.
Ew, what did they do here?
Headcanon with the super chat. Thank you, Headcanon. Everyone trying to tell you, get this or that licensed property. I am over here not wanting Valerse to get distracted and get more Action Force out faster. We all do, yeah.
Wow, these Mad Max figures are shit.
Yeah, they're so bad.
Does it say the brand?
I'm looking. I'll find it.
Thank you, Headcanon. More Action Forces coming. Series 4, Series 5, Vanguard.
And N2 Toys.
Never heard of them.
I've seen that brand before.
Let's see. These were done in
Early 2000s.
Can you share the screen?
It's on an eBay listing.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find a date.
Hot the Basher wants to know if you will be at Toydlanta.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
They had a shit way of like, listen, signing up for their 2000. Yeah, those toys were made in 2000. Signing up for like one of their booths was like trying to get Turtles movie figures on pre-order from NECA. It was like,
what did they ask you for?
In the next 30 seconds and try to get a booth, and like they sold out, and it's just like, all right, like,
oh wow,
like I'm all right, see you later, I'm good.
Are they a big toy con?
I think they are, but they aren't. Like, I heard they were big, and then I looked at like their square footage, and I'm like, this really doesn't seem like all that big of a show, like that everyone was like saying. But you know, there's a lot of shows much bigger. But
okay. Wilhelm with the member chat. Thanks, Wilhelm. He says, Bobby, watch Invincible. It's great.
If one more person tells me about Invincible, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
James Lucas, welcome to channel membership, sir. You can stay tuned for the after show. Thanks, everyone. Alex, thanks for hopping on, man. That was cool to see you in the chat there and wanting to hop in, even though you have horrible opinions about comic book artists.
Oh my god, you're gonna just stop it.
I love you, Alex.
Love you too,
Dick. All right. Channel members, stay tuned for the after show. Bobby, anything before we go?
Rob Liefeld sucks.
Oh my god. Top 10 all time.
Come on. You don't really think that.
Think who has had a bigger impact, more copycats, sold more books, just everything, created some of the most memorable characters, Cable, Deadpool.
Well, by your measuring stick, Kathleen Kennedy is just like this awesome movie producer.
Ooh, why? Because I have a Force Awakens poster?
No, because look all the movies she was involved in and worked on and how much money she made the companies and doesn't make them now.
Nobody was singing the praise of Kathleen Kennedy. First of all, she's not like a director or a writer or anything like that. So you can't even compare apples and oranges. Get out.
No, some would say Rob Liefeld's not an artist.
Dude, whoever paid $150,000 for that drawing.
Okay. I'm just busting your balls, man.
I would love to know who bought that and be like, why did you buy this? Did you buy it as like a joke? Or what?
I mean, yeah, it could have been like, it's so bad, it's good. You know, it's a conversation piece.
Because I know like someone bought like Barry Bonds' home run ball and they blew it up. Like, didn't they put that shit in like a thing and they blew it? Or was that McFarlane's ball?
No, McFarlane put the Barry Bonds ball. Or
no,
he bought it. He bought it from somebody.
McFarlane bought the McGuire ball.
McGuire.
And now it's worthless. But I want to say something like, oh no, never mind. It was something like it was a Cubs like playoff error ball or something like that caused them to like lose. Someone bought that, paid a shit ton of money.
That kid.
And they put it in a box. And
yeah. No, there I know what you're talking about now. I forgot his name, but there was a fan who caught like a ball when it was still inbounds and playing. Yeah. And it caused the whole Cubs season to, anyways. Yeah. So they bought that ball, and then because it's like that whole moment is like, if they didn't win the World Series, however many years ago, a few years ago, it would have been like, dude, it's like, so they blew up the ball.
All right.
Poor guy.
Scott Hughes with the member chat. Thank you, sir. Bobby, can you give us an exclusive on which Georgia show that you mentioned in September?
I'll announce it soon.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Tim Taser, thanks for the super chat. This is Garrison Cavalry, by the way. What happened to Action Farce comic? James, wait. Okay, so we were going to do a live reading on Loose But Complete, but Jeremy, he had to leave the show. He couldn't do it. So I will be releasing, I should have done it already. I will be releasing that as an exclusive to channel members. And then later on down the line, I'll release it to everyone. It'll be digital only download. But yeah, thanks for reminding me, Tim.
You're not doing this. Is this for,
Huh?
For real?
No, it is. Yeah, Action Force. Yeah.
Action Farce?
I'll send it. It's a parody. It's a Weird Al. You know, Quentin Bedwell drew the whole thing. It's hilarious. It's awesome. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Bobby approved it. He looked at it. And it was great. It's good. I'm in it. I'm a character in a comic book.
Mm.
How about that, Alex?
Look how excited he is.
Yeah.
Very.
Just Jeff, thanks for the member chat. Bobby, my last 2 orders kind of never made it to my place. Anything I can do?
Orders at Valerse.com. That's what our site says.
Email orders@valerse.com. Include your order numbers. Tony Rolls, what's up, Tony? Thanks for the member chat. How's my favorite handsome fellas? We're good. We're about to wrap this up. So stay tuned for the after show, Tony. And Eric Alfred Abel, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, Bobby, Allie wonders if there is a role for an active duty Marine cyberspace analyst polyglot with a Taekwondo black belt and drama background in your movie.
Jeez.
That's a lot.
That's we'll see.
Polyglot is a big word.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I don't know what it means.
I think I know. It's like polyglot is
Polyglot. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard it before though. Yeah. What's this? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Members, stay tuned for the after show, and I will probably be back Wednesday for a live stream about something. I don't know. Stay tuned, guys. Thank you. Later.